Ladies and gentlemen, but especially today, my non binaries, the entities undefined in the rigidness of the gender war, but specifically to the little goblin that is my dear friend Possum. That is their username, Possum. Happy birthday, you weird little goblin non binary creature, you. I adore you. I promised them I would shout out their birthday on the podcast, so here it is. Here it is. Happy birthday, you weird little, like, sorcerer, raccoon, possum, non binary little, like, jetpack flying, small, very small human. I can't wait for them to hear
Well,
this.
that is going to be the birthday message. They're
Yeah,
just gonna be
and
like, all
happy
right,
birthday. Happy birthday. I love
happy
you.
birthday, possum, happy birthday.
Oh, the double happy birthday.
I'll say a happy birthday as well. I mean, I'll say it.
All right. Hey, welcome to Learning Early Access. It's a show. It comes out once a month. And we're here back this month. Despite winter trying to kill us all out here in the Northeast. I don't think you get
Yeah.
any of that out there. I think you just get conservatives.
Well, we definitely get conservatives, but
Do you guys get like
what's
winter? Like is that a
we
thing?
do we do
What is
but
winter in
from
Texas though? What does that mean?
it's hot in the day. No, it's like it it depends on where you are. Where I'm at, it normally is fine. Like you'll be like
Mhm.
80s,
Mhm.
um,
That's
maybe
not winter.
70s. No,
That's
hold on.
summer.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to explain. Normally here in the winter, it's just usually lower temperatures compared to like the 90 and hundreds, and during the night it'll be like 60s or 50s.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's
Ah, that sounds
but
lovely. Here in the
it's
winter we
only
got 10 inches of snow and 4 inches of ice.
yeah, it's only like
You want
when
to
the
trade?
cold front kicks in. I'm good.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I'll give you some
Uh,
snow and ice and you can give me some barbecue.
there's some good barbecue.
Dude, I'd love to go out to Texas and just eat some bang ass barbecue, but like, I'm trans. I ain't going to Texas, man. It's just no,
No, no,
no,
no.
no.
I completely
I
understand.
can like meet you at the nearest like progressive state and you can just drive me some barbecue.
I'll have to fly you some barbecue.
We should just why don't we just get together like in California or Seattle or somewhere and just go get some barbecue. How about that?
Just go get some barbecue. Well, the thing
We
is
should,
that
you know what? You know what? If we're ever able for you and me to do a Illuminati live together, which I'd love to do, we should just go get some barbecue after. You know, I've never
I'm
had Korean barbecue, and I just keep hearing
we could do
about it.
Korean barbecue. I've never had Korean barbecue either, so we could definitely do that.
I
Um,
fucking love barbecue. Meat with sauce, sign me up.
the thing is that I have to tell you, like, the barbecue in the South is so
It's
different from what you could
that
find anywhere else. That is just
I know,
it's
but I
rough.
watch a lot of like grilling master stuff, and I'm just like, bro, I want some like I want to try all the different barbecue. I just want the
Yeah,
barbecue.
I wish there was a barbecue place that I went to that's relatively near me. Apparently, it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the very high rated barbecue places in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that beforehand, but
Mm-hmm.
I went there on a recommendation from a cousin, and sadly, the thing about barbecue places is that they run out of stuff constantly. Like you
Yes,
can,
yes, I've heard that. I've heard that
if
actually.
you do not get there like in the morning, oh, like when they're about to open, you are not going to get most things by the time afternoon
I
rolls
mean,
around.
look, you don't really got to do a lot to convince me to go get barbecue in the morning.
No, I know it's good. It's
Eh,
just that I just say that
look. Do we got to get up at 3 a.m. to drive out there to get? I'm there. I got you. I'll make the coffee. I'll drive us. I'm good. Let's go. I'm ready for barbecue.
barbecue.
I was once
Um,
listening to like a Castle Super Beast episode where they were talking about like there was like a faux place that opened up that was so good you could never get in unless you got there like right as they opened. Um
mhm.
and they opened like super early, and they were like they had this like intense debate about like the merit of like, okay, are you, if the pho is the best pho you've ever had, are you getting up at 3 a.m. when you want the pho? And they went back and forth, and immediately I'm like, absolutely. And I didn't even know what pho was back then, but I'm just like, if the food is the best of the category and I like the category, bro, there's no amount of, I will get up early, don't you worry. I will be there.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's just that um, like, are you gonna wake up super early for just like that food? And it's like sometimes the food is that good that you're like, yeah, I'll for like one day, like one specific day, you could be like, you know what, I'll wake up early, go grab the food, and then taste it. And if it's as good as they say, well, goddamn, that day is gonna be totally worth it. If it's not, then it's like, well, I got early for nothing. I'm just gonna move on, do something else for the rest of the day, and then just never think about that day again. You know, like it's just one of those where it's like it's gonna wildly different on how you do it, but I do think that sometimes if an experience is worth it, I think it's worth having to get up early and do that sort of stuff, like kind of
Hell yeah,
do the investment that you
absolutely.
need to do for it. I do think that that's always a worthwhile thing. But kind of going back to what I was trying to say about that place. I didn't, like I said, it was kind of late in the day. I couldn't get much, so I got what is essentially pork bacon. It was basically pork bacon, uh, but very thick pork cuts of
Mm-hmm.
bacon, very well seasoned,
Mm-hmm.
and oh my god, I would take a bite and it would just melt in my mouth. Like it would just almost
That's delicious.
immediately melt in my
Dude,
mouth. It was
that's like
so
the
good.
last two like tenderloins I've made, pork tenderloins, like fall apart like paper mache when it gets wet.
Yeah, it's just oh my god, it was so good. But I kind of want to go back and actually try their brisket when they
Dude,
had
I
some.
fucking love brisket. I'm such a slut for
Bris
brisket. I
Brisket
fucking
is very
love
good. What
brisket. If I When I
which
get
do
married,
you
we're having brisket at my wedding.
Oh, that is
Like
such a
we like
good idea.
we like we are having
That is such a
brisket,
good idea.
baby.
Okay, but do you like it lean or moist?
I think I like it moist more.
Yeah, same. I was gonna say moist is mine. I like there being a bit more of the juices in the brisket.
Yeah, the meat's got to have the juices. Like you got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have the
it's got
juices.
to. It has got to.
Dude,
Otherwise,
dude,
what are you doing? Why are you
every now
here?
and then, Arby's has like a brisket sandwich that comes out like twice a year out here. It's so fucking good, dude. I get it's like the beef and cheddar, but it's got brisket on it also now, and I'm just like, fuck me up, dude. Like I am that bitch who I'm just like, yo, you wanna put some bacon on that? How about some brisket? Also, brisket, bacon, beef, like sharp
Everything.
cheddar, some mushrooms, some. Ah, oh, dude, I'm obsessed with this sandwich from Wawa too. Welcome to the food show, by the way.
Welcome to the football house. This is not video games. Yet. Only in early access. Nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, video games are just depressing me. Let's just talk about food. Food never lets me down.
Never let me down.
um, there is a sandwich at Wawa out here. Um, and also there's a Wawa that's gonna be it's being built right now. It's literally like in town for me. Like so, I'll have a Wawa like literally like 10 minutes from my house. Dude,
Damn.
I'm so excited. I fucking love Wawa. Like straight up, I love Wawa. But they have this sandwich, and they only have it in the morning, and it's like a bagel with like a fucking obnoxious amount of like pepperoni and provolone on it, all melty and yummy. It's like fucking. It's so like the layers of pepperoni and provolone are equivalent to like the thickness of the fucking bagel. It's crazy. And like I
Jesus.
love it, dude. Every time I can get one, I get like three of them, and I just sit there and chow
just
down.
save them up for later. Just be like, I'm gonna eat you for later
No,
too.
no, no. See, when that Wawa's open, it's 24 hours. So me whole Wawa's are 24 hours out
Oh,
here. So like, yo, am I a little high? I got the munchies. I got the money to spare. Yeah, I'm gonna drive right out. save myself that delivery fee, let me get like 3 quesadillas right now at 3 a.m. in my little town. Gentrify me.
Oh my god.
I want it.
Give it to me. God.
By the way, do we have 3 potential titles already?
Gentrify me is one of them, I can expect. If it's not, I'm gonna be
Well, now it
slightly
is 4.
disappointed.
It is now. Actually, it's part of one title if I can fit all that. If not, I'll have to see. So, our potential titles right now are the double happy birthday, meat with sauce, sign me up. 3 quesadilla at 3 a.m. Give it to me.
Give
Gentrify
it
me.
to me.
In my little town. Dude, I'm gonna be living large when there's a 24-hour Wawa, like, fucking 15 minutes from me. It's crazy. Anyway, perhaps we should talk about video games now. You feel like talking about video
I
games?
guess we could talk about video
I
games.
guess we'll
I
talk
guess
about
we could
video
do some of the
games.
depressing talks about video games.
All right. So
Sure.
we're gonna. So do you want to go first? What's your month been like? What do you want me to go first?
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, hit me. Hit me.
So
Tell me the
it is my
deets.
birthday month. I get privileges.
Happy birthday! Oh, it's your birthday month and Possum's birthday. It is the double birthday episode.
It is a double birthday episode.
Double Dragon birthday.
Double kill. Kill
That's
Trosty.
the Double Dragon birthday bash is the next game coming. Spoilers, leaks.
Yeah, damn, alright. Wow, we're
Damn.
alright. Our podcast is gonna be closed down due to NDA stuff. Okay. I see. We're already getting shut down. Cool. It was
They can't shut us down. We don't make any money.
fair.
Yeah,
Fair,
you
completely
gotta,
fair.
you gotta be profitable to be canceled first. Nobody cares otherwise.
Oh,
Think about
fuck.
it. Name one person that's been canceled that wasn't making money off the thing they were doing before they got canceled. Name one. Oh wait.
You know what? Fair. Oh, okay. What about fan projects? Those technically aren't making money.
Uh, that's not really canceled. That's more like company that owns the IP you're making a fan project of hits you with a legal cease and desist. That's like canceled is like you said some egregious shit and you lost your career for it like
Okay,
you
okay,
shouldn't.
okay.
That's
Okay,
just
I
like big company says, "Hey, you don't own that motherfucker," and you're like, "Oh,"
oh,
and
okay.
you're like, "It's legally distinct," and their lawyers are like, "Not legally distinct enough." Bam, stop it.
Go to court.
And then Nintendo's like, "We own everything."
Gosh, do they own everything?
Who makes Phoenix Wright? Who like owns
That's
that?
Capcom.
Capcom? Capcom
Yep.
should make a Phoenix Wright where like all the cases are not so subtle nods about Nintendo's insane like legal agenda.
There's a problem with that.
Is it that
Most of the Phoenix.
Nintendo will sue them?
No, it's that Phoenix Wright tends to come out on the Nintendo systems like consistently.
That's even
Like,
better to me. I don't see the problem. No problems here. No problems here.
no
I think that's
problems
even
whatsoever.
better. No problems whatsoever. What are they gonna do? Tell you to change it? You're Capcom. You don't gotta listen to them. They don't own you.
That is fair.
All right, tell me about your month. What's been going on?
Damn. So basically, what I've been doing is a bit of Helldivers 2. Thing is that recently
Mm.
came out. Um,
Cyborgs, right?
yeah, the Cyborg faction. Friends of mine and I decided to go ahead and try it out, see what it was all about. Um, while the Cyborg faction is actually pretty fun, um, it is kind of still like in the unbalanced sort of things. Specifically, I guess spawn rates. Apparently, like so there's like a big enemy called the Vox machine. That Vox machine apparently has the same spawn rates at level 7, which is when it would first appear in, as the max level, which is 10.
Oh,
So you're getting essentially a big ass enemy repeatedly spawning in at like the highest uh spawn at the highest levels as at the same rate as a low level. So like people
Well,
are kind
that
of like,
sounds
hey,
bad.
yeah, people are kind of like, hey, probably just adjust that a bit, as well as adjust some of like the bugs of like um aiming through walls, having projectiles go through walls, especially enemy projectiles.
Hmm.
Like enemies seem to be able to like shoot through the walls and things like that. So it's just like there's a lot of just balancings that need to be done, and it honestly would be like a good faction enough to like consistently fight um, throughout the game. But the cyber stand, I guess, is where the world that we would be fighting them has now been, I guess, eradicated because major orders failed or whatever. Like that's the narrative, of how it goes.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's done. So I don't know when we're gonna see the cyborgs again. I'm assuming we should see them again. I guess coming in next week when they decide to counterattack us. Maybe I guess that's the narrative. I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
we'll find out. Uh, but a lot of the time I've been spending on has been just what is known in the business as credit farming, which is just uh going in doing very basic level 1 missions and trying to get a lot of the super credits to be able to own a lot of the war bonds that have popped up recently.
Hmm.
Um so we were trying to do that so that way we can actually like be fully well prepared for any more upcoming updates, as well as like deal with like the cyborgs and stuff like that. But
I've like entirely missed out on this game. Like I got
I
it,
don't
and then
think
like,
so.
oh, 100%, 100%, 100%. There's no value in the game anymore. I am too far behind. Dude, I never even really got time on it, and then it like by the right as I started to play it, it went into the first era of oh god, what the fuck with the Sony shit and all that, and I just hopped off of it. By the time I got around to getting back to it, there was have been so many updates and shit, and like I'm still rocking like the fucking first bitch level gear, and like yeah, sure, I can like get you and your buddies to run with me and you guys are all strong and shit and just blow up everything in like 2 seconds and I just stand there doing nothing. And if we go to missions where like you guys aren't ripping through everything in 2 seconds, I just die for blinking. So like the game is unplayable. Like unplayable. There's no I'm not gonna find randoms. Like I tried. The last like 3 times I had the game installed, the amount of time I was waiting to get anyone to be with me for even like the highest shit I could do was like 30 minutes to an hour sometimes. It's there's no value in this game if you're starting new unless you have like a full squad to play with you starting new, or you're someone who doesn't mind just kind of standing there while you guys blow everything up. Like, this is not fun to me. I'd rather literally do anything else.
The thing is that what I would say is that like that was kind of the whole introduction to the Xbox player um into the ecosystem, because now like their Xbox players like don't start out with anything. The only thing that was basically being added with them was the Halo DST Warbond, which was just kind of like
Yeah,
a
but that was a
special like
while
for
ago.
yeah, but
They've
that was
already
back in
dude
August,
they,
September.
dude that
There's
was
still new.
several months ago. Those people who stayed from that Xbox influx, they blitzed forward. There's no way they haven't. If they stayed, they've pushed forward.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
the
like
amount
I
of new
do.
people is still gonna be like negligible to be beneficial.
The thing is that like I think the thing with I guess Helldivers as the concept is, when it comes to even new Helldivers, is that if you have buddies that do have everything already unlocked and whatnot, I think it's a very good case of being like, okay, since you guys have everything unlocked, you can tell me what is it that you want to get, or maybe it's like I'm interested in this thing that's supposed to be in a war bond. Can I test it out, or any of that sort of thing? And like we
Hmm.
could be like, yeah, sure, we could bring it, and you could
See,
try it out and
again,
see if you
like
like
that's
it.
kind of
Like
like
you,
the again, all that's nice and all, but you're not actually nothing you said changes the inherent issue I have. I don't want to sit here and do nothing.
but you're not gonna
And
be
that's what,
doing
no, that's
nothing.
100% what I'd be doing. Like, even like, I don't want you to drop a cool gun I don't have yet just so I can try it out for a gun I'm not gonna get for yada yada amount of time. At the end of the day, running with people your level, there's nothing for me to do. I've played with you. There's nothing for me to do. You kill things so quickly, I can't even acknowledge they exist. Like, and you're not even trying to. And the only way to mitigate that is to go into difficulties I either can't access, if that's how they work it, or that I just, if I get looked at, I'm dead. So either way, I'm kind of standing around doing nothing, being carried until I have stuff to, like, hold my own in the harder difficulties without being just somebody who has to stand there and stay safe. And both of those experiences are the least fun I could have in this game to me. And like the appeal of like seeing a thing and having you drop it for me to try out isn't gonna mitigate that at all for me. Like, it's just like what the game is, there's no room for me in this game now. I missed out. I completely missed out on Helldivers 2. There is no world where I ever play this game now, because like I'm never going to get to experience it in the way that I want to, because everyone is so far ahead that I either am just carried without them even trying, or I go with them in the really hard stuff where I am still carried, except I can't try here because I'll just die. And like, yes, you probably could level fast that way, blah, 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 blah. I hate that. That's boring. Like, that is essentially the exact same annoyance I get when somebody's like, hey, do you want me to, like, speed level you for your new start of the season of Diablo or something? And I'm like, no, I want to play the fucking game, bro. I hate that shit. It, like, drives me insane. Like, I'd just rather not engage at all. And I just missed out for, like, there was a period where I just should have stayed on the game, even when it was getting rough. And I would have been able to experience this game because I played the fuck out of Helldivers 1. Like, I loved Helldivers 1, and I was really excited for this, and just didn't get it in time to start at launch. And by the time I got it, then everybody was, like, boycotting it. So there was no one on. And then by the time I got around to trying it again, I hit this wall that is, like, purely just like a me thing, and I'm just like, there's nowhere for me to have fun in this game, and if I can't have fun in fucking Helldivers, I'm not installing it and booting it up.
Okay. I
It's
mean,
it's
it's up
just,
to
yeah,
you.
I
I
mean, it's
definitely.
not up to me. This isn't a choice I'm making. There's no choice here.
I mean,
There is, the
what I'm
game
saying.
is in a state where the type of person I am cannot enjoy either of these possible ways to play the game right now. And there's no other way unless people wanted to start brand new with me and like all start at the same level and just play as a group and work our way up, and then like basically I really wouldn't be engaging with anyone but those people until we're like leveled in to like hang in the higher end game. It's the same exact problem I had with Ghost of Tsushima Legends, is that I got to it too late, and so the fan base is still active enough that this game is still being played, except everyone's all at the top difficulty. So unless I have people who want to start over and play at the bottom or have never played before, I'm waiting forever to get with randoms who just carry everything anyway, and there's no reason for them to be in here, and I'm not really getting to play the game. I'm not learning anything. I'm not pressing any buttons. There's just nothing. The only solution is I have to have people that are starting fresh like me, or for the first time or whatever, or people that are okay with doing like another account, but like you'd have to like buy the game again. It's just that there's no room for me to fit in anymore. I missed out.
I mean, the only thing is I could say is also what we could do is that like for if you were to do a group play thing, which you could then do is that everyone else could do sort of a self-imposed thing where it's like they bring in like the basic equipment as well, like anything that you have unlocked will keep to that basically, so that way you can see like
Mm.
how that would normally play.
Yeah, you
Um,
see what I mean though? Like that's like, I feel like that's asking too much of people. Cause like now I'm limiting your experience of the game just so I can like eventually get there. Like, I guess that's probably the best outcome, but like even that solution just kind of highlights that the issue is just me as a person, is just like the way I get to exist in this game now doesn't feel good.
I
So
see.
it just kind of feels like I missed out because that would be probably the best solution, but I'm gonna feel bad the whole time, even if all three people say it's fine and mean it. Like, I'm still gonna feel bad about it. And I'm gonna have anxiety about it, and it's gonna hinder my, like, enjoyment of the game. It's just, I do not like that, like, feeling I get with that kind of, like, what's going on in that situation. And it's, like, purely a me, like, just the way I approach games, especially games like that. I'm just like, no, I missed out. I want to experience this organically in the moment. I don't want people to carry me. I don't want to stand around and hide and do nothing. And I also don't want people to limit themselves for my sake of enjoyment just because of my weird neurosis. So there's like no good answers here, unfortunately. And I just, you know what? I'll see you boys in Helldivers 3. I'll see you in Helldivers 3 on the PS9. That's kind of
If
where
they
it's
do
at.
Helldivers 3.
Yeah. And maybe, you know what? Maybe it'll be on a proper engine that time.
Maybe.
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 Maybe the RAM will be cheaper. Maybe.
Oh, we'll see. Jesus
We'll
Christ.
see. Yeah, bro, don't
We'll
even get me started. All
Yeah.
right, what else have you been up
Uh,
to?
so apart from Helldivers 2, I did get to finally play through Tormented Souls 2. Um, I think that game is one of those where it's like recommending is a little bit hard. It's like a yes with an asterisk because
Hmm.
monster design wise, uh, background visuals, uh, like just atmosphere and everything is pretty good. Like I
Mm-hmm.
give that like even the puzzles I give that like a solid A plus. Like it's
This is
good.
like a Silent Hill, Resident Evil kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's a survival horror. Um and like I said, I really enjoyed like all those aspects. Then comes the narrative, story, and dialogue. I give that like a B per se because
Mm-hmm.
it's not great, but it's not bad. It's just kind of like okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely like some dialogue that's kind of like what, and other times like the voice acting is okay. Like I'm not it's a very like indie style. Like I wasn't going to expect like oh my god, I'm gonna be blown away by like the voice acting. So that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And just the story itself is like, I guess okay, a little bit weird because now time travel's a bit involved, I guess per se. So when you start doing that, it kind of gets a bit weird. And if you don't get it all uh, written well, like it's just gonna be jumbled up. But the combat, that's
Mm-hmm.
probably where I have to go like maybe a C
Mm.
C minus, just because
See, that's only for cool in Devil May Cry.
yeah, it's technically not a
Why did you
D.
say that like a Miami like gay guy at a club?
The yeah
Yeah, you were like,
that
yeah.
yeah.
It's weird.
I didn't mean to, but
This guy's
my
cool
bad.
maxing
Or
over here.
yeah. Uh, okay. I only say it's a C minus. Because they try to implement a dodge mechanic into the game. Like there's like an actual like dodge button.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that it comes up with like it has like the issues of like what in a fighting game would be, where it's like it has too many recovery frames, um, and the hitbox
Mm.
for it can feel a little bit jank. Um,
Good. Yeah, you love a good
and
jank
and
hitbox in the
and
morning.
even like the melee weapons that you get to use have also really irregular hitboxes. So
Well, this just
it's
sounds like a delight to engage with.
yeah, it's a bit
It
rough is the
sounds like
thing.
I
And
would say a lot meaner things about this game. That's what I'm
oh,
gathering
you
here.
definitely would, but I
my
say it's
review,
definitely
my review would be scathing. I'd be pulling out the thesaurus.
oh my god.
My
That's
review
one.
is just I'm just gonna go review the game without even buying it and just say it insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be mean. Um, but yeah, it's just that the
I'm
combat
always
itself
mean.
is a bit rough, and like that's okay with the survival horror, but with the amount it tries to get you to get into the combat, sort of the same way like Silent Hill F does, um, it can be rather
You know what?
frustrating
I'm gonna
because
make a counter statement here. I don't think it's okay for combat in survival horror to be rough. It's 2020 fucking 6, man. Fuck off with that shit. Tank
I
controls have always sucked. They always will. Anyone who misses them or wants them back is a fucking moron every time they say that. They've never been enjoyable. No one looks back on old games with shitty controls and rose tints those controls. You straight up fully admit, yeah, it's got like janky controls, but all this is really good. And it's like, yeah, that's what made the game good. It wasn't the jank controls. It
the
was
thing is that
everything else carrying the corpse of those jank controls.
the problem
Uh
for
oh.
me is that
Oh
like
no.
I've played enough tank games where like I'm fine with them. Like they weren't the movement itself was something like yeah, sure, you have to get used to the mechanics, but once you do, like it's almost like muscle memory. Like
Okay.
you
See,
you place
again though, like
the controls
you
don't become
being
a
comfortable with bad controls doesn't change them being bad. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking like not bad in opinion. There is just straight up shit that this is ass. Whether you can get comfortable with it and good at it is irrelevant. That's why tank controls are always ass. We
but
all
that's the
got
thing. But
comfortable
that's
with them back in the day. That didn't make them good. It was just all we had. We have better now. Right, you know what I'm
the
saying?
thing.
Like, there's no
I
excuse
I
in my
understand.
mind.
I understand what you're saying, but the problem for me is that I don't think inherently tank controls are bad.
Oh, I think they're pretty
They're
good.
implemented because
I mean, this they're
again,
tank
having played
controls. They're limited to four directions.
yeah, no, I know. But the thing is that like a lot of games have um used tank controls and like RE4 original is one of those that uses tank
Sure, but
controls,
that
but it's
game's
from a third person.
old.
Yeah, and I still love it. I prefer it more than the remake. Like it's
You're
that like
insane. You're
I am not.
insane.
I
You're
am
no.
not.
You're saying crazy things right now.
I
Like
am not saying crazy
you're
things.
like
I would prefer
you're
hands down play RE4 OG than
that is
RE4 remake.
insane. That is insane
I
to
will
me. That is the
I will die on that
craziest.
hill.
That is the hottest take you
I
have
had
ever made on this show.
I will stand by that because a lot of the stuff that they changed for RE4 remake, not
Feels
just
better.
content wise, but just kind of gameplay wise, has basically kind of made that game kind of feel off for me for now. Like I've tried to get back into it, but every time I try to
I
do the
think you just
shooting and
play
like it
too much
feels
tank controls and you've been like fucking like
no.
what do
The
you call
problem is
that?
that like
What do you call that? Stockholm syndrome. You've been Stockholm
n-
syndrome by tank controls because you can't
no, the
stop
problem is
playing
that
Parasite Eve and things.
the problem for me is the thing is what's it called RE4 even RE2 remake in a way, but ever since like actually ever since RE2 remake I was talking with this with friends, but like I do think that the RE remakes kind of have done the game's injustice now. I thought maybe I was
What?
back then when I was enjoying them, I was like I having fun, but then kind of sitting with them and trying to go back to them and playing again, I realized they have not aged as I thought well as they've had. Like
That's
they definitely
I.
have soured much more than I
I feel
thought they
like you
would,
are the
and a lot of
only
it's
person who
because
thinks this.
that's fine. I don't care. For me, the only problem is that what I've had with those remakes is that a lot of the gameplay mechanics that they have, apart from story, I'm not gonna go into the story really. It's just more gameplay that I'm focusing on. But gameplay wise, a lot of the stuff that they had to do to be like, okay, now that tank controls aren't a thing, and like now player has more control over like movement and aiming at the same time simultaneously. Um, how do we do it so we can still add more difficulty to it? And the ways that they added difficulty to it kind of are more um remove that skill player and add more RNG to it. And that I think is what was the worst way of going about it. And part of this
I feel
um
like the dead opposite. I think of that statement.
because the thing is that like for one, I think what's weird is that in for RE2 remake, body shot headshots do not do more damage than the body. It is usually much more efficient just to shoot the body and to shoot the head. You can
Yeah,
go
but you
for the
can't get
crit. You can
critical
go
hits on the
yeah, you
body.
can go for crits. But the thing is that like more often than not, you're basically are whether deciding I'm like if you're doing the crit, you either have to do it like when the enemy is not aware, and you could do the headshot and see if you land the crit, and if you don't, you're better off trying to shoot the body
Okay, so
to land
I
to
think I'm
land to land
hitting. I
all the
think I'm
shots than
seeing
to.
like why we're very like more. This is deeper than like our very distinct differences on our opinions of tank controls and whether a game's controls should feel good. I am like, I will die on the hill of fuck you, make it feel good. I don't want to play games that feel bad to press buttons in. If I wanted to do that, I would play MMOs. Like
I'm in the
that is
rank
my
of.
biggest pet peeve. My but what I'm hearing from you is you're talking about like optimization of approach to a scenario in the game.
No, for
Well,
no,
I
for
mean, you're
me, what
saying
I
that like if
want.
you want to do the crit shot, you really kind of do it when they don't see you and try to get that on that. No,
But
fuck
no,
that. I'm going
no,
for the headshot every time because it's fun.
no. What I would prefer is that the gameplay of the game, if you're trying to do something like headshots, um, I want to make sure that you are being rewarded for doing something more difficult than being punished for doing something more difficult. Because again, if you're doing headshots, you're one not doing the same amount of you're doing the same amount of damage if you were to shoot the head than to do the body. And then with the crits, you're more likely to land a crit once the reticle has shortened, and that's okay. Like that's fine for me. If you have to wait for a better critical chance for having to hold it on the reticle to get
Mm-hmm.
smaller, that's okay. I think
I
that
have
is
a
reward. That
question
is
that needs to be answered now. Are
uh huh.
you coming to this opinion from playing these games on the hardest difficulties all the time? Because
No,
you
I'm coming
usually
from this
sit on
from
the hardest when I hear you
I.
play about
No,
games.
but I've done this. This is just on any difficulty, any whatsoever difficulty. It's
Because
the
like I feel
problem.
like I might agree with you if we're talking hardest difficulty, but like I'm
it's
just
it's
like
it's all difficulties. It's the problem that like a game balanced around on like the gameplay mechanics of being more RNG or more I guess uh, not plateau. I'm trying to think. Um like it's more the game is not allowing or more it's decentivizing doing more skillful play rather to just doing very basic stuff, I guess, to just kind of complete through the game and um like it's I don't feel the reward for trying to land headshots, realizing how the underlying
in all
mechanics
the
of the
RE
gameplay
remakes, you don't.
in all the RE remakes because
RE4, what are you
because
talking about, bro? You blow a dude's head off, he dies half the
yeah,
time. It's absolutely worth
in
it.
RE4 in this was more an RE2 remake. Then RE3, honestly, RE3 kind of feels weird to me. It was good that they changed the dodge how it works, but like it still felt weird. I
How do
I
you
don't
feel
really.
about 7 and
But
8
with
then?
With RE4 remake, I think my problem with that one was the fact that like that game basically added. I'm trying to remember what the mechanic is called. Essentially, where uh, when you shoot an RE4 remake, there is it's not dead center where you're aiming. It's actually like a circle, and that bullet will land anywhere within that circle. I forgot what the actual term is called because like games like Halo and stuff like that do that same thing where it's like wherever you're aiming at, it's not at the center of the screen. Rather, it's in this like sort of like
I mean, that circle must be
circular area.
small as hell, because, like, I don't feel like there was a whole lot of leeway at all.
It's happened to me frequently that I've noticed it because I will try to land headshots, um, and I will see the bullet miss, even though like I'm putting it like it should be dead center, it should hit, but it will fly off. Or
Wow,
like if
we
I'm trying
really
to aim at
just,
something or
like,
aim, it's again, it's one of those things that like over like if it happens once or twice like that's fine, but it happens enough over time that like it's a frustrating mechanic because again the whole thing the way RE4 original was that like it was tank controls and you had the little like little laser dot, and of course back then
and it
when you were trying
sucked.
to aim
It
there
sucked.
was a lot of shake, which is fine. Like it's sort of the game's way of trying to um what's it called, apply a little bit of difficulty, so like it wasn't like, oh, you just aim at like aiming like involved just a little bit more, like there was a difficulty to the aiming, um than just being able to just
But
quickly
it
like put on a headshot, because if you're trying to like
okay.
aim
See, all
steadily,
right. I feel
it would
like we're
have.
just like you're describing things that I want to like scream about because I'm like this is insane what you're saying to me because I'm like you're you're just describing the RNG from a different aspect to me. The forced shake that makes it more difficult for you to get the aim and headshot is just RNG from the other side. It's just in
Yes,
the aiming instead of on the thing. What difference
but
does it make? It's still
this is
fake
what I'm trying
difficulty
to this
based
is what
on
I'm
your
trying to explain.
thing.
This is what I'm going to try to explain though. The thing is that that was also implemented in RE4 remake. So not only do you have the shake of Leon like trying to aim properly, now you have also the whole circle aim thing as well. So if you're moving and then the bullet like let's say like you were able to handle the shake well enough that you can aim where you want, even like learn how the gun shakes, so you can actually like
I don't think I ever
properly
bother
learn how
with
to
that
like aim
level
it.
of like granular thought in these games.
Yeah, it
I just want to shoot zombies, man.
yeah, I want to shoot zombies too, but
It sounds like you have
if
like
the
a
game is going to
spreadsheet
RNG on
though.
whether or not I land a shot or not, even though like stripped to the studs, I skillfully put the reticle where it's supposed to be. Like that just makes me feel like, oh, so the game is just going to basically determine whether or not I land a shot, regardless of how skillfully I aimed the
I
gun.
do not. Okay,
So
so
I
that I super like out of everything you said, I want to fight you on that. The game is not determining
It is
that
though. It
much.
is.
That
It
dude,
is.
dude, if that was the case, then like you need way more data to make that claim. I'm sorry. Like there are levels I went through chapters in that game where my accuracy suffered because I really struggled with where the engagements took place. Like there's no way you're starting to describe a game where none of my input matters and it's full RNG and that is just straight up not the game, man. I'm willing to give you a lot of like believe you
No,
on a lot of leeway, but like you're talking about it like your input matters not at all, like zero. Like you're telling me it's zero, like genuinely.
no. What I'm saying is that like when I'm trying to do very skillful stuff, when I'm trying to do things that are particularly hard and require a lot of like practice and things like that, the game can and sometimes will just screw you over with the RNG. That's what I'm saying. Is that more or less whenever you play games with you start high skills and whatnot, usually you can be so good at it that like you can basically compensate for anything that the game throws at you, because you've done well, you practice enough that you're like, I know how to play this game, I know how well to shoot, I know well how to aim. But the fact that then the game adds on this sort of RNG where like, oh hey, that shot that you should have made, due to the RNG of where we're putting this, I think it's called bloom, wherever like we put the bloom of this weapon, well, we're gonna say it landed over here instead. um Even
Okay,
though it was, and that's for
all
me
right,
like
we
the
gotta.
thing, the issue
Okay.
with it.
So do you feel
um
this way about 7 and 8 then?
7 and 8 have different things, and I've never particularly felt that much issue with those games. um because for one, I don't even, I would have to see if those things were implemented on those, but for my most, more often than not, I almost felt like I always landed headshots pretty well without much issue. But I would have to check.
I mean, I
And usually
vividly
the ones that
remember
do have
in
bloom,
7 that headshots sometimes just don't matter.
with pistols, yeah. Normally if I do headshots I was doing for shotgun, but usually yeah, with pistols,
Okay, see that makes
I
even
think
less sense to me. The
I
shotgun's the
think.
gun for no. It's literally the don't aim gun. Like that's the fucking point of the shotgun.
Yeah, no, no, yeah. But you normally would want to make sure that like the reticle's at least like on the head, like at least
That's
on the
no
head.
body shot. It's a shotgun. I'm trying to clear a room. Pistols for
Uh,
precision. Shotgun's not a precision gun.
no,
It's
the
not
the
what it's
the
for.
literally the shotgun in almost every RE game, if you landed a headshot, it would be 100% crit. So
I
basically,
okay.
you would kill the enemy
I
without having to
have
waste more shells on the
I have
shotgun.
follow ups here. Have because like you're clearly like definitely like just very much a different type of player than me. Like you're going into like a granular level. Like you saw something that bothered you in this game once, and then like obsessed with it. And I mean that in the nicest way. And like you've got all these details. It feels like you're talking. It feels like you're reading from an Excel spreadsheet. I'm kind of roasting you, but I mean this in the nicest way. Like you were going into an insane level of granular detail for Resident fucking Evil, which is just like crazy to me because like it's just like all I care about is does it feel good to play the game and move around and shoot the things and the monsters? Yes or no? And I was as growing up with these games. The answer to that, even when I was younger and all we had was tank controls, no, it doesn't feel good. It never felt good. We just only had like 6, 12 games a year. So there wasn't other options. Now there's other options. I'm like, there are games I've tried to go back and play, and I cannot play these games that I loved to death and still do because I cannot go back to that movement system. And I'm like, this sucks. I hate it. It's a bad. It's shitty. It's unresponsive. It's fake difficulty through strict controls just because you had limited tech back then. And that is just so unappealing to me in every way that I'm like, man, if pressing buttons in your game feels bad, I'm turning your fucking game off. That is like the biggest deal breaker for me. There are games I've played on console and on PC, mouse and keyboard, with controller, whatever, where like I instantly do not like the feel of playing the game. And if that doesn't change within like an hour or two, I am turning the game off and uninstalling it, and I will never touch it again. Like, ever again. Even if everything else I liked about the game won't matter. Make it feel good to play. It's a fucking video game, not a movie, not a book. The most important part to me is that this isn't unpleasant to engage with your mechanics and play the fucking game. That like drives me nuts to such a T that like The Last of Us Part 2 almost ruined survival horror games for me because it is the best feeling survival horror game I've ever fucking played. To the point where I'm just like, everything that doesn't feel this good sucks now in this genre. Like, I was never able to go back and play Alan Wake 2. I never finished the Alan Wake 2 Lake House DLC. I want to, but like, Alan Wake 2 feels good to play, but it doesn't feel as good as Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 is like the pinnacle of survival horror game to me. I have never played a survival horror that felt that damn near euphoric to just play the game, to the point where never in a game before have I wanted to like save scum to rerun engagements just to play it out again because it's so fun, because it feels so good. Like I could never in my life go back to tank controls or anything limited, to the point where like every genre that like now and everything too, like racing games, fighting games, like action games like Devil May Cry, God of War, stuff like that. There is now a threshold that has been set by the ones that have stood out to me that I'm like, if you're not meeting this or coming within a certain level of close to it but behind it, I will not enjoy pressing buttons to do things in your game. And if I don't enjoy pressing buttons to do things in your game, why the fuck am I playing your game? Like, it's just like, I don't know what that is. It's like, I can't ever engage with that anymore. I just hate it so fucking much. It irritates me to death when a game feels bad when I'm trying to do things in the game. At that point, difficulty, story, plot, sound, or every other aspect of the fucking video game that could be conceivably talked about in any like actual conversation immediately no longer matters because I can't get to that because the game doesn't feel good to play the game. Like,
See, I'm
and
okay
every
with.
genre that like isn't like card game, like a deck battler kind of thing, kind of like those things, that's not really an issue because there's kind of one feel to that. You're not really like actively developing the sense of feel in a card and like a deck builder like Slay the Spire or something, you know what I mean? Like there's something there, but it's so intangible that like that's not the selling point of the game. And I know that like a lot of people do not have this issue. I know that for a lot of people, like, oh, this feels like and I'm just like, yeah, but that's bad though. I don't like it. It feel bad. Um, like, I don't think I can play any Devil May Cry but 5 now. Like, I tried to go back to 4, and I was like, ew, this is so bad. Why would you make it like this? Like, dude, if the new God of Wars come out and they don't play, like, if the God of War remasters come out and they don't play, like, the God of War, like, and God of War Ragnarok, I don't want them. Like, straight up, I don't want them. It's bad now. I don't want that. I want the good new feel. I don't know when I became, like, such a hardline stance for this, because it wasn't always the case. There used to be more wiggle room, but for like survival horror shooters in general, um and of course there's factors like thematics of the game, what the game's asking me to do, of course. Like a perfect example is I basically avoid all PvP in Arc Raiders because I don't like Arc Raiders how it feels as a PvP game. Sure, people still shoot at me sometimes and I gotta deal with that. Most of the time I just try to dip out, and if I die, I die. Like I genuinely like, I don't like the way it feels in PvP. I love fighting the robots and grouping up with people and trying to like flank and set up different plays with people and like rescuing someone and helping them get out. Like that feels good. Um Halo to me, I've always hated it. Every single one. They feel bad to play. I don't know why everyone thinks that they're fun to play. I just like, I think Halo feels bad at all times to play. I think certain Call of Duties feel bad. I've never liked how Battlefield felt. You know, like it's just like it's become more of a stickling point for me the older I'm getting, and I'm willing to bet that probably has a factor. Reaction time slowing down, arthritis from me, and just other issues to the point where like even if I did like old controls in any kind of format, which I don't think I do anymore, they're just so unpleasant. It's like recently I had to drive my car around after it had like an imbalance issue because I hit a curb in the rain. So it was like fighting me the whole time. And I recently got a neighbor came over and helped fix it up as much as he could. So it's much better until we can get it to a shop and have the money for that. But like, it was like that. Like, I feel like if I have to have like an argument with the buttons on a controller to make the character in the game do the thing that I should just be able to do, like if I gotta have an argument through buttons, like the fact that like we used to have to, all right, you gotta go diagonal, so good luck, I guess. Like that's bad. That's just bad to me. It was bad then, but we didn't have anything different, so I put up with it, and it was cool and new and video games, man. But now we have the better format, and I will always. That is my hardline stance now. I just I don't see a world where I can go back to classic controls. I guess because
See, the thing is that
I hate it so much it makes me mad.
for me with Halo, like I actually same where it was like I wasn't really enjoying the shooting, even though that was basically the primary thing. But having played it with a friend, my opinion really didn't change that much of it. The only thing is that I enjoyed playing Halo with friends. That's pretty much how I was able to get through the Halo
Interesting.
games.
I don't
Um,
I don't think I could do that. Like I
but
think like I would have to be closer to liking it. Like it's almost there. But like if it's a hard I hate how this feels, no amount of friendship is going to get me through this because I'm just going to get progressively more annoyed the longer we spend time on it because I don't like how it feels. So that wouldn't even get me through, which definitely of course limits me out of a lot of moments with people because I'm like, yeah, I'd love to hang out with you and play a game, but I don't like how that feels, and your company is not enough to like pull my brain away from how bad this feels to engage with.
The
Unfortunately, like my brain just
the,
will not allow it.
the Halo campaigns being, I'm not gonna say completely short enough, depending on difficulty, but like it is just a playthrough you're going through. So I felt like I could go through this and be just fine. But with games that require much more investment, and with controls that I'm not just meshing with, MMOs being one of those,
Dude,
that's
they're
where
so
I'm like,
bad. Why
even
are they so
even
bad?
with friends, I can't really enjoy it. It's just that like I'm it's not engaging me in a way that I am
Yeah, okay, so
enjoying.
you
So
definitely
and that's
understand. I don't get how you can vibe with the stuff that you
the
vibe
thing is
with,
that because I
but
can
like I
engage.
used to, but like it's gone now. I don't know
The
why
thing,
it's gone other than age, really, I think.
and I think, and that's the thing, because those where you find difficulty in, I'm okay with that difficulty, because that means when I get better at it, I overcome that difficultiness and I am
See, it's not
becoming more engaged
difficulty
with the
with it.
game.
It's not about it being hard. It's not that I'm finding it hard. It's that it's unpleasant. It's anti-fun. Difficulty has not factored into this at all. Difficulty is relative. It doesn't matter, and most difficulty is fake anyway when you really break it down. Also, people play games on different difficulties and get vastly different experiences and shit, but like it's not about the difficulty. It's about the
No,
annoyance.
no,
It's
no.
about that this feels bad to do anything on. It's not that the game is more difficult because of it. Like, I'm not even factoring that. It's just like, I don't care that the game's more difficult with these shitty controls. I care that these controls are shitty and I don't like doing things in this game. Whether it's difficult or easy, like, it's just unpleasant to me.
It's yeah, yeah. So I completely get what you're saying, because a lot of that has, um, I think, propped up now a lot of days. I know, Gene Park talked about that quite a bit. It's that
Shout
like
out Gene
a
Park.
lot of
Love
the
that guy.
a lot of the controls, even back then, and even to some people who developing controls of that matter, is that like the like tank controls and whatnot are like a sort of, um no, I'm trying to remember the correct words that he was saying, but essentially it was pushing back against the player, like putting sort of a discomfort to the player, but that doesn't inherently mean that that was a bad thing. It's just more like it's trying to show whether or not the player is going to willingly engage more by brushing against this their discomfortness and pushing through that, or just basically like, uh not wanting to deal with the discomfort and just move along. And I feel like tank controls are in that sort of discomfort, whether if like if you push through it, you can find some good enjoyment in a lot of games, because the tank controls being more than anything like the hardest part to get, um adjusted to. But when you get that adjustment, you can enjoy the game so much more and like feel good about it, because you mastered something that most people found discomforting in. Like it's a sort of thing where it's like you
Mm,
you feel very accomplished of what you were doing. Um and that's why like tank controls for me are like not bad, and a lot of tank controls nowadays, and even back then, like Resident Evil Remake 1 added um a sort of side option to tank controls, which is probably what most people use now, and even I use now as well, which is basically a sort of adjusted movement where the you're not using just the directional pads really to move. You're actually using
mm.
the control stick, and you have full fluid movement of the character.
So,
The only thing is that when the camera angles change and you're using that control stick, it'll still stick to what
alright,
your
alright.
movement.
I think we might have to get off this topic. We're an hour in already. I don't mean to actually cut you
Well,
off, but I
okay.
feel like I have a
Well,
lot more to say, but I don't know how much more your month is there, and I still have my month and then news for both
yeah.
of us. I
Uh,
didn't
well,
expect this to be a big debate. I would not mind coming back to it on another episode because I also know you have grocery shopping to do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go real quick on this because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
I
kind of
just
the whole
wanted to throw
tormented
that
souls
out there.
too.
This
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I love the
I'll shortcut to
conversation.
this, but
I didn't
but
expect it to go on for an hour.
yeah, the reason with tormented souls combat is not so much tank controls because I said there's a new, more optimized way of doing it. It's the fact that the dodge in that game itself
Mm-hmm.
and some of the stuff just kind of feels way too janky or way too unbalanced because the dodge itself requires you to aim at the enemy
Mm-hmm.
or just aim and then press the dodge button. You can't even
Mm.
just press it
Oh.
as you're walking
Oh.
around. You
Ew.
have to
Ew. I don't
aim and
like
then
that.
press.
I don't like
So
that. That's
and
weird.
the only way you're dodging is backwards. You can't dodge side to side or any other way. You just dodge backwards. So sometimes if you're running around, you have to aim and then dodge.
I hate
Usually
what you're describing. This
if
sounds
you're
so
aiming at
inconveniencing.
if you're aiming at an enemy, sometimes they're chasing at you, so you aim and then dodge back, and usually you're dodging back into a wall. So then you kind of corner yourself in there. Um, but the thing is that dodge has a lot of recovery frames at the end. So like so
Hmm.
if you do it too early, you're gonna be stuck in that dodge animation, and then they can hit you. If you do
Oh
it too
wow.
late, then you're just going to get hit because you didn't press the dodge quick enough. So it's a lot of that timing, but even then, when you feel like you do good timing,
Okay.
it's it sucks when you do it with a mob on you because you did good timing on that one attack, but then there's more mobs attacking you, so you have to like decide whether or not you want to really press the dodge button and try to run away and see if you can manually dodge whatever is
Wow.
coming at you rather than
Yeah,
using the dodge button.
I don't think I would enjoy that at all. That
And
sounds
then
irritating as fuck. What you just
and the melee
described.
weapons kind of feel weird, especially one that you get on later in the game. So I guess spoilers. It's a sledgehammer, and
Mm-hmm.
only the hitbox really is only on like the head of the sledgehammer. Like it's not on the handle, which I would be understanding. But the thing is that when you're trying to hit stuff like a box, like a crate to open to see if there's items, if the hammer just goes over the box, it doesn't break the box.
Mm.
So you have to like then adjust yourself or get another melee weapon that can break those type of boxes and then move and then attack. So I think that specific hammer and even the new game plus items, I think like there's like the stun baton and whatnot, have some weird janky like hitboxes as well. So
Mm.
it I think like that's just the only thing that I would like the developer to just go and rebalance a bit and kind of work through some of the kinks to kind of make that much more manageable. Especially again with the dodge button being like so heavy on active frames. Uh, I just feel like it needs to shorten that a bit, just so that way if you're gonna be dodging consistently, like especially with mobs, like you need something to help you dodge that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
anyway, that's why where I feel like the combat was kind of more weaker. So that's why
Got you.
it's a very like yes with an asterisk recommendation because a lot of the other stuff that game has is either really good or fairly enjoyable, but the combat just makes it a little bit hard to be like you're gonna have a time trying to adjust yourself to those balancing things. But apart from that, like I had my enjoyment of it.
Fair enough.
Um,
Fair
and
enough.
then what else have I played so far? I didn't play much of it, but I did try to get back into Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, because a Solid Snake is being added to the roster
I
in
saw. I
March.
saw.
So that is going to be very interesting. um, so didn't get much to play of that, but it's
He
pretty
should
much
be
just
able to
about the
hide in a
same.
box that you just can't even look at.
That would be funny. That would be
That's what
really
I would
funny.
do.
What else? Oh, I only played like the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the Toxic Commando demo is out.
Oh, oh
And I
shit! Are
only
you serious?
I'm serious. It's out now.
What is that?
The
Just
demo,
PC?
yeah, on Steam. Yeah. I don't know if
I
it's on.
don't.
You can check on PS5. You can try to
I
check, but
don't.
at
My
least
PC
on.
cannot. My PC cannot. I'm not even
But
gonna attempt that.
on.
I'm not even gonna
I
attempt
would.
that. I will check console and see if it's
Yeah,
there.
check
But
console.
there's no fucking way I'm playing that on my PC.
But on PC, yeah, it's out. I only played the I guess introductory level,
Hmm.
the or the what's it called? Yeah,
Like
that
tutorial or
level.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, tutorial. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think tutorial. The tutorial. Um, So I haven't really gone into the
From
nitty
just
gritty
a
of like an
very
actual.
brief look, I will definitely, if it's on console, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
like everything I'm seeing, but of course, it'll come down for me, as always, as soon as I'm playing the game. How good does this feel? Does
yeah.
this
So
make brain go burr when I press buttons to do thing and thing happen, or no? If I don't get no burr, I'm not happy.
yeah, no. I think for me with Toxic Commando, it's like having just played that tutorial level.
Hmm,
Like the guns feel fine. Like, they actually like feel responsive and everything.
that's good.
Um, I didn't. You don't get to try the abilities at that point. You have to play through the
Oh,
level. So
okay, okay, okay.
that's why I'm like I'm having to like actually play through and like actually try
I
out a level.
definitely need to see if this is on
Yeah.
console for sure.
Um. But everything else about it, I think, is just because on PC there's going to be a lot of stability issues, and for those that really do care, there isn't an FOV slider. Because for some people, like they can get nauseous if
No
it's too
demo on
small.
console, Steam only.
Damn, I'm sorry. Um,
Damn,
and what else?
missing
Oh,
out.
and for some reason, a lot of the weird like option things that you would think are already like inherently like in like running to like pressing space, pressing shift to
Mm-hmm.
sprint. Usually, a lot of games nowadays are like, would you like to have that as a toggle, like either like hold or
Mm-hmm.
uh, just toggle it? That isn't a thing, so that feels weird that that's just not already like on thing. But who knows? Maybe on release. But I'll keep checking it out. As
Mm.
far as I know, with the community hub, because the their store page has no user reviews, but like there are people talking of it on the community hub, um, or like discussions. A lot of it then feel like it's just a lot of gameplay like a lot of the just like stability of the game, some graphic options that need to be added to help with that, controls, um,
Mm.
but gameplay wise, I think part of it feel like it's a. I don't know if it feels short at the moment, but I mean it is just a demo, so.
Yeah, it's just a demo.
But right now, like it's just like controls and gameplay stability and
Got
stuff
you.
like that. Like
Okay.
that just needs,
Interesting.
yeah. And for a game that's
Yeah,
coming out like
if you get to,
next month, that feels like that. Like I stability issues, I understand, but for a game that's about to come out next month, like some of those like graphics options stuff like that, I'm surprised that's not in there already. Like that's kind of like what's going
mm,
on, so to
interesting.
speak.
Oh, if you get more time onto it, I definitely be
Yeah,
curious to hear more about it next
I
time
will.
around. Because it's on my list to keep an eye on because it looks like the type of game, and especially with like John Carpenter shit attached to it and the attitude and vibe of it, I'm like, if this feels good and runs good, I'm probably gonna have a really good fucking time with this, even if no one I know is playing it. It's
Yeah.
one of those where I feel like I'm either gonna love this or it's not gonna land. One of those. If it lands, I'm gonna be all over it, basically. One of those kind of games where I'm like, if this does what I need it to do, it's gonna become one of my favorite games.
I will definitely keep you posted on
Yeah,
it.
please
I'll try
do,
to
please
play
do.
more of it over the this weekend, if not in the week.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I also just got I mean Resident Evil Requiem is coming up, but I also did get
Yes.
Romeo is a Dead Man, which I need to play through,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I did get Crisol Theater of Idols.
Did
Uh,
you? Okay, cool,
yes,
cool. I've been watching the Scary Game Squad play through it.
Game Squad. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll try to watch that video once I
Yeah.
get through the Crisol,
Are
but like.
you? Did you have any more? Because
No, that's
but
it. That's
also
it.
okay.
That's
All right, cool. So we'll go into my month here. But so not a whole lot really. I've kind of just been bouncing back and forth between four games. Um, Overwatch is one.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Overwatch is Overwatch again. And this update, it had a bit of a rough start because the servers could not handle it because there was like a 79,000 player increase on Steam alone. And apparently, we later learned it's like a 90% increase on Xbox. So, like, their
All
servers
right.
died. They have since
Oh.
stabilized. It's running great. Um, this update that turned Overwatch 2 into Overwatch is the sequel that Overwatch 2 never was. Straight up. Like, you can feel the difference. The game is played differently. Fights are approached differently. Like the reorganizing the three classes, tank, DPS, and support, into subclasses with each unique passives and stuff, really, like, I think is a very good thing. Um,
Mhm.
Overall, it's still Overwatch. If you liked Overwatch or Overwatch 2 at any point, you're going to obviously like this, though I think that, like, the fact that they've retained most of this returning or new player boost they've gotten shows that this is what people were missing. The new heroes are really interesting. There's, like, story being told through the event and stuff going on for those who care about it. I feel like I'm being rewarded for my time a lot more in the game. Um, and I'm enjoying, like, playing the game, I think, more than I ever have. Uh, One of the new
And it's actually just
DPSs is
Overwatch. Overwatch 2 was whatever that was, and then it's like, hey, we're back to
Overwatch 2 was
Overwatch
still pretty
proper
good for a
backing.
lot of points, but there was also shit moments. But that was the same with Overwatch 1. This feels like the best it's ever been, in my opinion. Having played
Okay, okay.
Overwatch 1 a lot and Overwatch 2 a lot, this feels like the best it's ever been. And if we can carry this momentum, we can go really cool places with this. Um, I really like a lot of the new heroes. Mizuki's a really fun support. I really enjoy his playstyle. Anran, the Fire Girl, has become my new main DPS. I'm already running her in ranked and doing like 49 kills and 6 deaths and crazy ass shit. I love
No,
her.
yeah.
She's so good. Um, I don't like have a lot more to say on it other than that, because like it's kind of like a big change but not a big change, if that makes sense. Like, it's
Yeah, yeah,
life
yeah.
breathed into the game without making a whole new game. It's what it needed, and we'll see how that,
Like
like,
this
momentum
update
builds as
really
things
helped it
go.
out. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't feel like it was on life support by any means. It was still a very successful game, but it feels like this is everything they've done to get here, and what this change did, while small in a lot of ways and not really grandiose in big ways, all those little small things add up and are just fucking better and make the game better. And now we can build on that, and maybe the next time they do a big thing, it won't be kind of nothing like it's been before.
Yeah.
um I know we've got some new maps coming and stuff, and there's actually hero reworks coming, like full on reworks, because they've acknowledged that some of these classical heroes really are struggling to, like, even have an identity in the game right now, and they need to fix that. um so there's that. Arc Raiders, of course, I've been playing the fuck ton out of Arc Raiders. I really like Arc Raiders. Again, I really try to avoid PvP. I don't really indulge in it, mainly because, like, I've noticed that PvP in Arc Raiders is typically, like, almost entirely you set up for an ambush, or you say you're friendly, and then when someone, like, trusts you, you light them up in the back. Very few people are trying to, like, have a firefight, which I get, ambushing is a tactic, but the
Mhm.
nature of movement in Arc Raiders and the nature of a lot of PvP craftables are, like, traps or shitty, horrible grenades to throw at people. Like, it's also kind of like, it's just not what I want. Whereas, like, when I've played Marathon and when I'm looking at Marathon, I'm like, yes, there's ambushes, but there's also, like, patiently hunting someone. There's also just head on, oh shit, there's a squad. Are we engaging? Like, it feels more variety in its PvP and the way you approach it. Whereas, if you want to win in Arc Raiders, you basically want to shoot them in the back. And I kind of just don't vibe with that. And I'm also a big, like, especially for PvP, I really prize, like, really snappy movement, and Arc Raiders is not snappy movement. It's kind of clunky, but enjoyable when you're running from the robots and stuff, who are kind of clunky, but dangerous as hell, you know what I mean? Like, there's a vibe
Yeah.
there that's landing for me that isn't translating to PvP aggressively enough that I really go out of my way to not PvP. Like, I'm willing to lose stuff in Arc Raiders to people killing me rather than, like, shoot them back and be, because, like, their matchmaking takes in a lot of things to effect. But if you, like, they can tell if you shot first, and they can tell if you shot back, and other things like that. So if you're, like, fighting back more and more, you're going to see more PvPers, ever so slightly. And I've tested this a couple times to where, like, okay, I fought back a little bit, and now I'm starting to see, it used to be like maybe 2 out of every 40 guy in the lobby would maybe be trying to shoot me. Now it's like 10, 12, 20. And then once I started stopping shooting any of them back and just trying to run away, or I die and just never shoot them, in about 5 matches, I noticed a significant, clear decrease in the amount of people I'm seeing that is, like, really out for blood. And I like that. I think that's a good approach. I think like it's flexible and you could change that matchmaking's like dials on the back end, but I do like they took that into consideration. It'll be interesting to see how Marathon compares, though Marathon's design philosophy inherently in the movement system and the classes it line it up to being much more of a team-based PvP thing with PvE in there too that'll also fuck you up. But
Hmm.
like I liked PvPing in the Marathon slices of life I've played. Like I enjoyed it every time. I don't enjoy it in Arc Raiders, so I don't do it. But other than that, I fucking love Arc Raiders. I love running around. I love carrying defibs and like healing people. Um, I love like the extraction games are so neat to me when they're good because like you get to see like it's really a neat like kind of almost psychological look at people because like you get those people who are just out for blood even to their own detriment. Then you get those people who are like only gonna fire back if you fire back. Then you get people like me who if I see you like unloading on a dude, especially if I heard you say you were friendly, I might try to hunt you down, but I'm not trying to shoot you. I'm just throwing arc like snitch scanners that I've salvaged on the ground near you so they start summoning in arc to target you. So technically I didn't hit you. The arc hit you. Um I like taking down the big robots, like having to coordinate even with randoms and being like, all right, I'm gonna pull its aggro. Like, there's something very fun about that, you know? Especially when you make those hero plays where like you roll in, chucking smoke grenades to cover you, and you defib the guy who went down and you heal him up, and then you just run out there, guns blazing, and you're like, you wanna live forever, Raiders? And you just get into the moment, like, it really does give off like movie vibes, if that makes sense, where like those moments happen not all the time, but often enough that they're hitting without feeling overplayed. And they add their updates have been I've enjoyed them. I like that like their passes, their decks as they call them, are like just free updates. I enjoy just kind of running around the map, running into people and different robots. I like that we're getting new robots. I'm scared of the new ones already, even though I haven't seen them because they're flying types and those are the bane of my existence. Um, when you're fighting any of the like big arcs, there is something about this and the clunkiness of the way it kind of plays in like a fluid, clunky way that like you feel that you are the underdog in this fight. No matter what gun you're bringing, even bringing the legendary guns that are like really strong against the arcs. Because all it takes is one mistake. 1 second agreed, and you are down. Like, it is, no matter how many times you've killed this thing, right? You've killed 1,000 hornets. One mistake. 1 second a little too greedy, down. Like, it can go south so quick. Like, and I like that because it really, like, lends that, like, the vibe is that you're in a perpetual arms race with the mysterious arc robots that rain down from the sky that keep getting more advanced, and you're just, like, scrapping parts together to create what you can to fight back. And even when you've got, like, top of the line gear, which I've got now often, you still very much are not, like, never do you feel like you are invincible. You are very much the underdog in this war. And you feel that every second of every way. And then you get your modifiers like the weather and stuff, which like it'll modify the whole session that you're in the map. And that's pretty neat. I'm interested to see how it compares to marathons, because marathons like weather modifiers, like toxic hazards and stuff that can affect gameplay and things come and go instead of just being like, oh, this map is an electromagnetic storm modifier for 48 minutes. So anytime I'm running this map right now, regardless of how long I spend in there, it's electromagnetic storm. Whereas marathons, from what I could tell, comes and goes almost at random, which I think is kind of more fun. But I really like the aesthetic of Arc Raiders. I enjoy the little story bits that are being given. And I also like that Arc Raiders' success is largely due to them seeing how Marathon was poorly received at first and learning from Marathon's mistakes, because now Marathon has gotten to learn from that and Arc Raiders' success. And I'm looking forward to seeing the two, like, kind of compete with each other in a fun, like, cathartic way. Also, having been watching a lot of marathon stuff, dude, this art style, the way this game sounds, the way this game plays, and like, I always thought Bungie, like Destiny, was at its best when they were being the most fucked up version of storytelling they could tell, and I feel like I'm getting that every second I get a crumb of marathon lore. And I love that, and it's funny because there's some Bungie news to talk about too, but I'll get to that. But that's been Arc Raiders and stuff. My only gripe was there was a duplication glitch going on for too long that eventually got patched out, and they are already like hitting some people with permabans, soft bans, resetting people's accounts if you like use the duplication glitch to duplicate a bunch of items or have infinite ammo. And shout out to the fucknut streamers like Shroud and Peanut or whatever his fucking name is that just do that shit live on stream so that more people are aware of how to do it. In a better world, any like popular streamer doing that shit would just get hard banned for life. Fuck you. That's just like you're not helping the problem and you know it. And like if you're like some top dog streamer who's so good at PvP and shit, bro, why do you need to cheat? Sounds like you're not that good to me. I'll start beef. I don't care. They're cis mediocre men past their prime. When's the last time Shroud was actually a world champion?
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't know he was a
Fun fact,
champion.
neither does he. I don't think he ever was. I think he was just some guy who got popular, like generic guy. Um, I've been playing a lot of Hades too, kind of getting back into it. I've put like another 40 hours into it. I'm really enjoying. Um, I think I'm enjoying the story and how it's panning out way more. I think than Hades one. I think it's just straight up better in every way. I think like the themes going on and the types of discussions happening and the pacing of it is just better put together in terms of like a roguelike telling a story than Hades, which makes sense because they did this before, so they've learned from it. The further I get into the game's combat and like systems, and there's still more for me to discover, the more I'm enjoying it. Very much just absolutely a slam dunk masterpiece. Supergiant never fucking misses. They say it's too early to talk about their next game. I can't wait to see what they do. But it's pretty much been no Hades 3 or anything. So I enjoyed Hades a lot. I was psyched to see a Hades 2 just because, like, oh, cool, you're going to do this again. I'm glad they're doing something different because I did enjoy that every one of their games up until Hades 1 and 2 was so starkly different. But I just can't wait to see what they do. You never know with them, but it always lands. So that's just been an absolute blast to play. The music for that, dude, the the final boss fight of the like upward path to Olympus in Hades 2. I won't spoil it. I don't know if you're ever gonna want to get into it. Um,
Maybe. I'm not sure when, but
has
yeah,
one of
maybe.
it has some of the best boss fight music I've ever heard in a video game. Like absolutely every time I get to that fight, I say out loud at some point, God, this boss music, the music is so good. It's so good, it gets me every time. Like, it is not worn out its welcome, even slightly. Like, no dull, still shining from the first time I ever saw it and heard the music. It just gets me every time. It's so well done. Love that game to death. And then I've been playing a lot of Deadlock with the new update. I was really having a really good time with their brawl mode, which is like 4v4 and not random heroes, but plays more like an ARAM. The best first to 3 wins, and you play just down one lane at a time. And if you win if you get to there for Guardian and kill it, you win the lane. All right, we reset. You get random upgrades, like augments, kinda, except it's just random upgrades from the shop in general, and you can re-roll like once per round. And that's kind of it. So the cool thing is when it goes on long, everyone's working with like max build, whatever that build may be. I quite like a lot of the new heroes. I like the new thematics. I feel like the new menus and like the changes they made are really good. I still really like this game. I like the aesthetic of it. As far as like a hero shooter MOBA goes, I really like playing it. It's really fun. Um, I'm very curious to see like how this game continues to shape and when it hits launch, what it's gonna be like. And I'm surprising myself how like decent I am at it. And I'm enjoying like finding characters that I really like aesthetically, but also like what the kit does and exploring how to like play them. But again, like no idea how this is gonna all shake out or any time when this game will even see like, okay, the game is out now. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah, I
so
don't know when
far,
Deadlock is. Yeah.
whenever like Deadlock gets a big update and I hop back in and I'm there for like a month or two, sometimes 3 at a time, I'm having a blast. It's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy the game quite a lot. The aesthetic is really neat. I like that there's such a strong identity to all the characters and that they're so different from each other. Um, so that's pretty cool. And that's kind of been it because like I've just kind of been itching to like get a hold of things. And those things coming up is we're about to get into the news. Okay,
The news.
state of play.
State of play.
A
That
state of play,
one,
a pretty good state of play.
I definitely had some of the
I think
stuff where
as
I was like,
far as like
I'm
state of
okay.
plays go, one of the better ones, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe
one
not
of
the
the better
best,
ones.
but one of
I
the
will
better
say
ones for
one
sure.
of the better
Also, the
ones.
longest I think ever. It was long as hell.
It was an hour?
It was more. It was like 3 hours, dude.
No, it was an hour.
It was
It was
more than an
literally an
hour. I
hour.
think. I think it was a little
No,
more
no,
than
it
that
was
actually.
60
Because we
minutes.
know
It was
we were still there at 60 minutes. You're right. It was an hour, but I remember being like, "We're at 6 o'clock. They're still going," and they had like a few more things to show. But
yeah.
I don't remember State of Play ever being more than half hour at most, if that.
Yeah, usually they're like 40, like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
maybe
this
at
felt
most
almost like a
45.
Sony showcase, not a State of Play. I was
Yeah.
surprised how long it was. Hell of a lot of announcements. I obviously I assume you have your like highlight notes and stuff, and I have mine here as well. Um, Beast of Reincarnation continues to look really interesting. Again, it'll come down on how does this feel when I play it.
Yeah, that one was shown in
I'm
the
really
Xbox,
hoping it feels really good because like, and I want it to do well because it's so cool to see Game Freak get to do something that's not Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like
that's not
it's
Pokemon.
just so cool to get to see them do anything else because it's just never happened. And it's like a genuinely really interesting thing they've made and I'm like if this is good, dude, they are going to be in a hopefully a really good position to get to flex their creativity a lot more. Um Ghost of Yotei Legends free update March 10th. I am excited. That game has remained installed. I cannot wait. I kind of missed out with Ghost of Tsushima because when I got the game, I had to put it down and couldn't play anything for a while. And by the time I got back and even finished Tsushima, the only people on Legends are like high-end gear only running that stuff, and it's just kind of not the same by yourself, and it's not built for that even. I'm really
Mhm.
excited to see what this one is like at launch. Um, didn't think I was gonna get it so soon. I fucking love Ghost of Yotei. It's one of my favorite games of all time, straight up. Um, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what this is like. I feel like I'm gonna play a lot of it, and I will have a lot to say on it. God of War Trilogy remake, not
Remake
remaster,
with the
remake.
original
Um,
voice actor for Kratos as
yes,
well.
yes. So a little tidbits about that. Um, Christopher Judge has let slip that he's they were interviewing him about like how do you feel about not being involved in a thing and he's like because that's not me, I'm not that Kratos, and he's like you'll hear more about what I've been up to and Kratos has been up to in the summer, so it's very
Yeah,
likely at Summer Games Fest we're
Summer
getting the
Games
look at the
Fest.
next God of War, or at least like an announcement of it. um he's also said that he does know a little bit of, grain of salt all this is always, but like he has said that like it's not just like the God of War trilogy you remember. There are changes to the gameplay and new content that's being put in. So like I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it plays like current God of War, I might actually want to get it. Because like that's like that change to the formula of God of War is really what brought me back in. Someone also like a data miner on like Reddit has found like in God of War Ragnarok some like what appears to be Egyptian ass like looking place and like Atreus Atreus talking to like a cat like being just called Mao, which just says Mao at him, but you know Mao is Egyptian for like cat.
Yeah,
It could also mean like Ra, the god of the sun. There was a lot of zeitgeist about it being Egypt before. Fucking in the DLC Valhalla, homeboy literally fights you with fucking like a Kopesh, like the fucking Egyptian curved blade. Like it's there. Um, I seen what they did in Ragnarok and the game before it. I really feel like these God of War Norse era games did more creatively as a studio with like Norse mythology than the original did with Greek, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they took what they did in the Greek setting and made the Norse God of War setting more its own identity of like, yes, it's Odin, it's this, it's that, but this is what this means here in God of War, right? Like there was some
Hmm.
unexpected, oh, wow, your Odin is like he looks like a fucking like politician, right? Like that's not like Odin, but visually it was. It wasn't like a big man, which is kind of how Odin's always depicted. It was like this guy looks like noodly almost. Like there was some really nice like I really enjoyed Atreus being Loki was fascinating to me. I that twist hit in the first one. I was like, "Oh, whoa, wait, what? That's crazy. That's oh, okay." You know, there are just little aspects that I felt like it had a stronger sense of like here's what this is in the universe of God of War, right? Less cut and dry. And I would love, having played the fuck out of God of War and God of War Ragnarok, I would love to run to Egypt. Like, see what that looks like there. That's gotta be crazy looking. Like, Egyptian mythology is some really cool, like, areas that would be incredible areas to walk around in. Um, I'll be curious to see if that's, like, the case, if whatever we're seeing, hopefully in the summer, um, that's got my attention, you know. Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2
Yeah,
with
that's for me my
Peacemaker,
big one.
and you can now finally play Metal
We
Gear
play
Solid
Metal Gear
4.
Solid 4.
Games will never look this good again. It's over. I think that's cool, even though I'm probably not gonna pick it up. I have very fond memories of Metal Gear Solid 4. I loved it to death. And I do know that it's like unplayable. You can't get it. So it's cool that I
Yeah.
like seeing games being preserved in any format. Um,
I never
Townfall.
actually got to play Metal Gear Solid 4, so this will be my
Really?
first
Oh
time
my
playing
god, I
it.
can't wait
Yeah.
to hear what you think of it.
I will
Um,
but I honestly more or less am more excited for what's called playing Peace Walker again because I really enjoyed Peace Walker.
See, I've never played that one.
That one's really fun.
Townfall was
I just
announced.
really
Silent.
hoping
Yeah.
sorry, just quick. I'm just really hoping that the content that the side content that Peace Walker had still gets
Mm.
kept because like I said, there is a point in that game where you get to fight like the Metal Gears like in an arena, but there was some special arena missions that you could do where you would
You
fight
do
like
like
the literal
Monster Hunter
monsters
stuff, right?
from
Yeah.
Monster
I
Hunter.
remember
Yeah,
you telling me about this when we watched it together. We got to watch it together, which was always fun. I love getting to do that with you. It's a fun time to do. Um,
that shit was cool as fuck.
Townfall announced Silent Hill in
Yes,
Scotland.
Scotland
It's Scotland.
in
It's in first
Scotland.
person. It looks like a
That
Silent
one,
Hill. We called it like right away. I was like, this looks Silent Hill as fuck.
yes, I know.
Um, I'm curious to see like I want to know more about the team behind it. Like I don't. I've watched SGS playthrough F. I've talked to you about it in depth. Um,
I
I don't
played it. I
think.
talked to about it last month as well.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think I'm ever gonna pick up F and play it. I don't like think I want to. Townfall, like Silent Hill in Scotland, and like the thematics of what was going on there seem a little interesting to me. I'll keep an eye on it. Um, I think that's a really interesting setting. Scotland was not where I expected a Silent Hill game to go. Uh, so that's interesting. Also, has Silent Hill ever been
oh,
first person aside from The Room?
no.
Just The Room,
Oh,
right?
well, no, 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 no. Technically, there was another Silent Hill that was first person, but it was, what was it? The ones that came out like last year, I believe. It was like these little like little
Oh,
short
oh,
demo
oh, the
stories.
short, yeah, the short demo one.
Yeah,
Yes, okay, yep, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, you are right. That was also first person. Yep,
yeah.
I had completely
But
deleted that from my mind.
But apart from that, yeah, no, all of them are third person or fixed camera angles. I
Yeah,
just realized also that
what's
for
up?
Townfall,
Townfall.
the developer did stories untold and observation. So it will be very interesting to see
Observation's
how
really good.
I
Stories
will.
Untold is really good. Wait a
It'll
minute
be
now.
interesting how
Wait,
they
this
tackle the
might
story for
be
Tim.
the best Silent Hill ever made. Hot take, coming fresh off the presses.
Okay.
Observation and Untold Stories is fucking phenomenal. 10 out of 10 goddamn spooky game time. If Townfall is being done by that. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, so
Silent
the
Hill.
story is gonna be good. I
The
completely
story is
expect
gonna be
that.
good,
It's
and
just
there's gonna be some visuals that just absolutely like blow your brain out, surreal level of like, what the fuck is happening here? Which is this. I'm suddenly much more excited about Townfall. I instantly, I was like, wait a minute, observation, untold stories. Those are fantastic games that I know and love.
yeah. The funny thing is that the company, which is Screenburn, also known as No Code Limited, are based in Glasgow, Scotland. So this is kind of fun for them to be
This is
like
about to
making
be
us.
Scottish as this game is about to
Yes.
be Scottish as fuck in the way that like Claire Obscure is very French.
Yes.
I'm here for Scottish Silent Hill. I'm here for it. It works out because most of Scotland's just covered in fog anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Silent Hill. That's just Tuesday.
That's just a Tuesday, man.
That's just Scotland. Um,
That's all of United
Mar-
Kingdom, honestly.
Marathon Server Slam, February 26th
26th.
to
Yep.
March 2nd. I'm gonna be hitting it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna do my best to like
It
absolutely hit all of
sucks.
it.
It
What?
sucks that it's that weekend
Oh,
because
that's
that
because
weekend
yeah,
is
you're playing Resident Evil. See, it doesn't
it
suck for me
fucking.
because when I need a break from my marathon jam, I'm gonna watch Scary Game Scott and play Resident Evil, buddy. I'm living
It's
it
like
up. You're having a hard time. Um, I mean, I've already pre-ordered. I've got my deluxe edition. That's my little treat to myself off taxes. Everything else went to bills and debts. Um, I assume you haven't pre-ordered. I have no idea if you're planning on
no.
getting
I'm
it.
I'm I'm just, I'm just gonna wait for birthday money to come in and then pay for it.
Legitimate, valid. We live in a
Yeah,
tariff trade war. That's valid as fuck, homie.
yeah. I gotta get the birthday
Sh-
money.
Shout out to one of the best like slogans of a game ever. Escape will make me God is like the sickest shit that could mean nothing and everything anyone's ever said to me in a video game. Like
I mean,
you don't
that's
like you don't know what that means in the way the person saying it implies, but you can conjecturize and fall, like you know what I mean? Like it just starts to
I.
make you think about every like there's just something about it is I'm like if I was like opening a book, right? If you recommended a fantasy or a sci-fi book to me and the tagline, the marketing like hook is escape will make me God. Bro, I don't even need to know what the setting is. I'm interested because that's just cool. That's just cool words put together that make me want to know things. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that
I mean,
mean?
that's
When
just the
escaping will make me
marathon
God.
story in general. Because I mean, the whole point of marathon story was Durando wanting to escape the death of the universe. If he could pull that off, he could definitely be God. And then Marathon Infinity was just basically taking that approach and
Yeah,
then
but this is like
expanding it
years
into like
after too.
becoming literally the quantum physics master and being able to bend universe so that you could travel through timelines. So like
Well, we're
it's
gonna find out.
appropriate for marathon.
It
It's
is
an
appropriate, but
appropriate
that
title for
doesn't.
marathon.
Nothing I said changes with respect with that.
It's just that
Also, most of the people that probably remember the marathon lore vividly are dead. The marathon was a long
there
time ago. It was a
the
long
funny
time ago.
the funny thing is
And I
that
feel
the
like a lot of that lore isn't going to be like aggressively like apparent or required to go into this one.
I don't think it's gonna be necessarily like needed to go into marathon the whole it being just
I
a
think like the
extraction
bulk
shooter.
of the
It's just
lore of
that
this game will be in this game.
I think what people will probably will do is so the way I learned about marathon was through a YouTuber I call Mandalore Gaming.
Hmm.
He reviewed through the marathon games and kind of went through like the story, and even though it was very much basic, like it didn't go a lot of details because if you want more details, there's actually a website hosted by oh my god, what's his name? I feel bad that I forgetting his name. Um, but essentially, uh, it's not even like a wiki or
Hmm.
actually more it's more like a wiki because the thing about it is that a lot of the notes and like tidbits that are being put into
Hmm.
that website is almost being debated. Like it's usually like almost information is being discovered even till this day uh about Marathon, that the old game Marathon. And so
Yeah.
like Tidbit is it's constantly being updated and people are adding like their stuff that they're finding out. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's not even like a concrete
No,
info. Like I think
which
like
to
the
be
main
honest,
stuff
like
is
that's kind of Bungie storytelling when it's at its best. Is that even their like concrete? It's this. There's always a little bit of, is it though? And like their best storytelling in Destiny has been more ambiguous than not. There's been concrete like it's this or it's not that when they need to like flesh it out more. But like from the marketing of this marathon game coming out and the way, especially there's been I feel like there's been a strong lore push leading up to the server slam, and I'm getting the feeling from this that like I think my take on this is that the approach they're going for with storytelling here, because if memory serves me right, this game Marathon will take place the farthest in like the Marathon universe timeline that we have, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, and it definitely seems like they're clearly pulling from the previous games, but it gives the vibe of like there will be things that are retconned aggressively and things that are retconned gently, and the good parts we're going to keep, and the rest we will shape to what it needs to be for this.
okay. I found the website. Sorry, it's
Yes, yeah. Okay.
marathon.bungie.org/story. Um, I'm looking at the website right now. Last updated February 21st, 2026. Like people are still to this day trying to update this
Dude,
website with
Marathon's lore is
this.
deep.
Yeah, no, it is completely deep. And the person who did this, who started the website, his name is Hamish Sinclair. Um, so kudos to him for putting this up and still keeping this strong, because I think like if you like if marathon interests you, like the what's it called, the
By the
extraction
way, I
shooter,
have the
and
answer.
like, okay,
99
yeah,
years after the events of the original game.
okay, gotcha, 99, damn, all right,
That's a
uh
long time.
that is a
A lot
long
can go
time.
down, and remember, the colony just goes dark, no one ever hears from them again. Like it's a long time gap and a big old question mark of the fuck happened to these people, and we're gonna find those answers, and we're not gonna like what we're gonna find is what I'm gonna warn people now. If you're approaching marathon and you think there's anything happy about this world,
No,
get back in the exo shell, consciousness slave.
god, you know what, it would be really funny if they do a Pathways into Darkness raid stuff where essentially
So,
like you go to fight the working cactuar, but each raid dungeon of it is just transforming like the dungeon itself. So like
interesting.
the
Well,
low,
here's what we know, right? Like, so I was reading about this earlier. Is that so when the game launches, there'll be these maps at launch. The cryo archives, I think it's called, the like, just a part of the USCE marathon, right? It's not even all of
yeah.
it. That map is not coming out until later in season one, and you have to achieve certain things to be able to like even access it and go in. In that map, there is raid like puzzles to solve to get like deeper and deeper. And if you can stay alive and do this fast enough, you will unlock Vault 7, the seventh vault. And in there, you will face an entity even the USCE fears, if you can. So, like,
The working
it has
cactuar.
straight up been, like, confirmed. The end game maps are the maps that are just like, yeah, what if it's an extraction game with like a Destiny raid in it, bro? Except worse for you. Because like if you die, fuck you. Right? Like there is about to be a level like also the fact I like what they did with Rook. I like that there is a class that you pick that is solo queue only, puts you in a match already started. I like that there's already a very clear, even in forums, there's the community parts where it's like Rooks are shoot on sight. And then there's the people like, no, 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 homie, that's homie. I give him a gun, I heal him up, and I escort him out safely. I love from watching videos and stuff, you can see that, like, okay, when the extraction game is good, you see the fun social game exist of its own accord, right? Like, it really is just like, what type of person are you? I really am excited to try an extraction game and like when it's out and really sink my teeth into it of like, what is this like when there's classes and such a team structure about it? Like, it feels more PvP oriented, but more team-based oriented too, which I really, really like if you're gonna try to lean into PvP more, to design it where it seems like, yeah, who are you running? You're running that guy? I'm gonna run Glitch, or I'm gonna run this, right? Like, there's something about that that I find really appealing. I like seeing a lot of, like, the best parts of Destiny to me are clearly here, and the parts I didn't like about Destiny are not here. And also, I think, like, aesthetically, tone-wise, I enjoy everything about Marathon more than Destiny, and, in the news, we've learned that Destiny's update that was supposed to come out, I think, this month has now been delayed until June and is getting a new name, which most certainly means the next two expansions are delayed. There's been rumblings of Destiny 3 being very, very early, and Marathon is clearly the big push. There is a lot of signs pointing to that Marathon is the future of the studio, and that Destiny 2 is going to quietly hit its end. And that if Destiny 3 is a thing, that'll be a thing later. I personally can't see myself getting back into a Destiny 3. Um, I honestly, like, I got the Renegades expansion eventually, played it, and was like, it was okay. And I don't think I want more Destiny at this point. I think I want Marathon. I think everything I could want from Bungie is in that game right there.
I think everyone wants
Um,
more marathon.
yeah. So that's pretty cool for me. And then some couple other things. Soulframe had its biggest update, Preludes 13, huge changes. I've not had any time to get into it, but it was like their biggest update yet. Reworked a ton of stuff, added a bunch of new stuff. Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred expansion confirmed going to Skovos, the like first civilization of mankind in the early years. Removing passives entirely and replacing them with like more like direct control over what you're doing with your kit. Warlock class has been shown off. Use the power of hell to fight hell.
But that's
Hells.
Diablo 2, no?
No.
Okay,
All
because
three. Diablo 4, 2, and Immortal are getting Warlock. Warlock is new class.
okay, because
Diablo 2 has it right now. Immortal is coming in the later. And when the new expansion for Diablo 4 launches, Lord of Hatred, like, if you pre-order Lord of Hatred, you can play as Paladin in Diablo 4 right now, and when Lord of Hatred comes out, you'll be able to play as Warlock. This is a brand new class to the franchise, I believe. I don't think there's ever been a Warlock before, but it's already in D2. It got, like, D2 got a new class. Diablo 2 remastered, I should say. But I love the look of it. It looks like my type of class. I'm really excited. Hopefully, my PC's feeling nice that time when it comes out, if I can even get it then. Eventually I will, but you know me, I love my Diablo. And then Star Wars Galactic Racer continues to really just look so good. Please let me play.
oh,
It looks
that's
so good.
so
It looks
good.
so good. So we're just gonna talk about that for like 3 episodes when it comes out, right?
Yeah. We're
Have
definitely.
you seen my? We're just gonna talk about our pod racers that we're building.
Oh God, it's gonna
Welcome
mine
to
to
the
be the shittiest
welcome to your
little
monthly
pod
pod
racer
racing
ever.
podcast. Here we are, 6 clicks away from it's gonna be bad. We're gonna talk a lot about pod racing at some point.
God.
um, dust off your episode 1 memes, kids. Dust them off. Get all that sand off there. Um,
I hate
2XKO got
sand. It
cut
gets
down.
everywhere.
It does. He's right. He's right. It's not even a meme. He's right. It's awful. It's pretty to look at, but annoying to interact with. He's 100% justified. Especially if you live on a planet where it's all fucking sand. You would hate sand too. It's like not even a meme. I don't know why anyone ever made that a meme. It's completely justified.
That's what Anakin just
Anakin,
says.
you
It's
know
just,
what?
and
You know
everyone's just
what?
like, yeah, you're right. You're right,
Yeah, yeah,
Anakin.
yeah. You
Fuck.
know what? You know what? You know what? In my eyes, it was the sand that was the problem.
Oh my God! It got to him. The sand got to Anakin.
And again, it's just lovely beaches. In my eyes, the sand is the problem.
This- It gets everywhere. It's
It gets
coarse.
everywhere. It insists upon itself.
No.
Obi-Wan, it insists upon itself. You underestimate the power of beachside fun, and you underestimate my hatred of sand. That's what the plot of Star Wars Episode 3 was. You can't tell me
Yeah, that it was
otherwise.
literally that. John
That was the
Lucas
original
just
script, and they had to rewrite it because George Lucas was like, I don't think this
yeah.
is very good, you guys.
I wanted
To
something else, but
so stupid. 2XKO cut down to half its size, left with 80. Feels bad, but 80 seems to be like kind of standard, which would make sense then if it's not like hitting crazy numbers. And then shows off 2 new champs. Like it's not even a thing. Akali and Senna, peak designs for the lesbians. They look so good. I feel like I'm gonna be a Senna player out of Akali, even though they both look great. I definitely will try them both. Um, I play Senna in regular league. I love Senna. She's great. Can't wait to
okay.
see what they're like in the game, playing them. And then I have here, hey Xbox, you alive? I think Fable can be good. I want it to be good. And then I also have, hey Vaughn, any Nintendo stuff?
Poor Xbox. That
Mm.
oh my god.
Do we want
So
to talk about that? Are we excited? Are we
like
fearful? Are we feeling emotions at all over those?
oh, it is a roller coaster because like
Is
earlier
it?
this because here's the thing because
It's not a
before the
very
state of
good
play
roller
was
coaster.
the Xbox had its little like showcase where it showed
Mm-hmm,
Forza.
mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. Beast of
Hey! How
Reincarnation.
dare you? The consistent
Sorry,
like
the tens of
200.
people that
Yeah, yeah,
love
no,
Forza.
stop! You literally love Parasite Eve. Stop this. Forza
The
is
tens
wildly
of people that
beloved.
like Forza, they
Dude,
can have
lots
their
of people like
Forza.
Forza. Okay, lots of people like
The
Forza.
tens of people that
This
like
guy is a Forza
Forza.
hater. I say this like I give a fuck about Forza, but I just know it's like hugely popular. It's
The
like the
tens of people of
FIFA of
Forza.
racing games, man.
Yeah, and we don't care about that.
Yeah, but like that's a lot more than tens. Tens of thousands of them. It's a lot of
it's the
people.
tens of Forza players, whatever.
This guy has like beef with Forza. I'm gonna learn that like his brother used to like cheat in Forza against him for years before he
I've
found
never
out or
played a
something. He's
Forza
got like
game. I've never played a Forza game, so don't.
just raw hating it. I love it. Just raw hatred in his eyes. Forza cars, the letter F starts to appear in front of him, and it kind of looks like the Forza font, and you can see the hatred simmering in his eyes. This is what pushed Sand pushed Anakin to the dark side. Forza existing pushed Vaughn to the dark side.
Literally with the same like dark side eye and
Yeah.
eyes.
In my eyes, Forza is the enemy.
We deserve better racing game. But yeah, so the Xbox thing was Forza, Beast of Reincarnation, the pottery game made by Double Fine. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the game, and
I
then
forgot it already.
Fable.
It's okay. Fable, please be good. I need you. I need Fable in my life.
So
Please.
we saw those, and then we're like, okay, that's being announced, and then later on this month, it would just we just got
It
what was
just
it
happened
yesterday or
like
the day before?
yesterday. I think it
Yeah,
was just announced.
uh, Phil Spencer and
Is retiring,
uh is retiring, and
and
then
Sarah
Aisha.
Bond
Oh,
is
Sarah
stepping. Sarah Bond is stepping down. Specifically, is the
down.
wording. Phil Spencer is retiring. Sarah Bond is stepping down, and everybody kind of assumed Sarah Bond was going to take Phil Spencer's place.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it seemed like. Sarah Bond was going to be like the
Yes.
next, like the protege.
I didn't
Yeah,
really
but
care
no,
for her.
no one cared for either of them. Both of them felt like they were not in the right place to be handling Xbox.
So now
But they
Matt
decided to
Booty
hand it
is
off to
like,
someone worse, to someone explicitly worse. So they
potentially,
decided to hand
yeah.
off to the AI, the the manager of the AI
Microsoft AI
Microsoft
thing.
department.
Now, I
Yeah.
want to note something here. My initial opinion here, very bad. I'm just like, oh boy. Then like I watch. I don't know if you had time to watch the video I linked you where they talk about it and like go over like her responses on like what she thinks like Xbox and stuff needs. And she does when they ask about AI, she's like, there is no place in games for AI slop. AI video games have always used AI, which is correct because we're poorly defining what AI is all the time.
Yeah.
But great games and great ideas are made by people. And so like the answers she gives to things and the way she words things seem positive. Does that change that she's the former head of AI? No. And you don't get to be that without being like somewhat in the AI Kool-Aid pool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
we do know that Microsoft's like push for AI has failed a lot of ways, and there has been like notable reports that they are trying to pull back from it and just eventually kind of drop it. Um, so
We'll see because they seem to
what
try
this
to
is one of
still
those
keep pushing
yes,
it is the
yes,
problem.
right? So this is one of those things where we're just going to have to wait and see how bad is it going to be, or is it not going to be that bad? It's going to be interesting. I think it was a shakeup no one saw coming.
It yeah, no, I
Um,
didn't see it at
Yeah,
all.
I think it
I
caught
got
everyone by
blindsided by
surprise because
it.
I think it takes effect like Monday or something. It's crazy. Like it's instant.
Yeah.
It's insane. So that's gonna be really interesting. Again, I continue to be like, Xbox, you alive over there? Like
No.
they swear there's another.
No.
They're gonna be in the consoles again. PlayStation said they're like delaying the PS6 until 2028, and everybody's like mad about it. And I'm like, why, dude? Do you know how much that would cost right now with RAM and shit? Fuck that noise. There's no reason to rush. Fuck that. Let it ride. Um, but yeah, like other unless you have more news you want to dig into before we get into
Um
our new
Blue
segment.
Point got
Yes. Oh my
Blue
God.
Point
Yeah.
Games.
Blue Point just got shut down, which is
Yep.
didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming either. This felt like a weird one-two punch because we heard first Blue Point Games got shut down by Sony. I was like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft came in. And it's like I could do worse. Hold my beer, and it was like we're
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and
It
it's
was
interesting that
it
Blue
was
Point is
fucked.
getting has gotten shut down. We know they were on like the what ended up being canceled, the very poorly
God of War.
conceived God of War Online thing. We can
Yeah.
blame that one guy at PlayStation for that who's not there anymore, who like really
Y-
spearheaded everything needs to be live service, and
Yeah.
that legacy he left behind clearly sent Sony down some stupid paths, and we're probably about to get maybe like Helldivers was the unexpected success. I think Marathon's gonna be fine, if not quite good received, and then that's probably gonna be fucking it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
imagine, like, and honestly, Marathon's the only one I kind of want anyway out of their live service stuff. So like, whatever. I'm just kind of glad to see live service being kind of like dial it the fuck back. We don't need everything to be live service. You can make really good games that are just a standalone experience, and yes, there's a finite playtime to them, as if there's not a finite playtime to live service games. It's like, bro,
Which the
the
industry
MMO.
has not learned
Yeah, it's
with
like,
High
bro,
Guard, and
MMOs
then
have this problem because they just fucking like blow out all the content, and then weirdos play all of it within like 48 hours and say the game's dead and have nothing to do. And it's like, homie, you can't make games for people like that. They're freaks.
yeah.
Yeah, High Guard's dead.
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
Like,
High Guard
I
lost
don't
like half.
know more than that. 85%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how much? But yeah, High
High
Guard
Guard's
lost a lot of
dead.
its.
But like, I'm gonna be honest. Anyone who was working on High Guard, and I mean this with all the respect for like your craft in the world, if at any point you thought this game was gonna live, maybe you should consider a different career. Like, there is nothing here to keep this game alive. Like I don't know what you were fucking thinking. I don't know why anyone greenlit this. I don't know why anyone at any level of development or publishing had any faith this was going to live at all. Like, genuinely mean that in the nicest way. Like I just don't understand how anyone could have thought that, especially post Concord era, right? Like post
Yeah.
that, like you're just you died quicker than Concord. Like and you were free to play. The thing people said might have saved Concord. Well, it didn't save you. Like I just looking at Highguard from the moment I first heard of it and saw any of it, I was like, this is dead. This is dead on arrival. This is a deceased like corpse served to me on a plate that you keep telling me is fresh. Like I don't know why you thought this was
Yeah.
gonna work. This is the radical heights of this genre. Like straight up, I was like, what the fuck is this?
God no. And then you showed me that,
Yeah,
or did
time
I show you?
takers. Yeah, time. I showed you time
Time, yeah.
takers. Hey, yeah, that's gonna live.
Yeah.
That'll live. Yeah, that'll live. I'm sure.
And it's like
I'm
I'm
sure it'll be fine,
surprised this is getting announced because it's like
dude. Dude, I don't know what
the
I
news of
don't know what they're
Highguard
doing.
only
I don't know what they're
happened like a
doing.
week or so ago, and it's, oh boy,
Yeah.
like,
All right. That's depressing for sure. Let's talk about something that maybe isn't depressing as we head to our wrap ups, but with a new segment that I don't have a good name for. It just says new segment nerd discussion, and I'm gonna put a topic out there, and maybe you can bring the one next time, or we can both bring a topic, and then if we both have one, we'll do both if we have time. If not, we'll just pick one and table the other one forever. And so what this
okay,
is like the focus of this is something that's like rumors and leaks that keeps coming up that like okay, there's enough substance here to have a good conversation about this whether this happens or not, right? Like it's not
hmm,
an insane it's a leak or a rumor of a thing that like this is feasibly real, like really good chance of being feasibly real whether we want it or not, and we're going to talk about it. And mine for the debut of this title pending thing is, what's the merit of a Dark Souls 3 remaster? Because that keeps popping up, and we know that From Software is working on multiple projects. One of them is codenamed so like FE something right now, and every FE has either been a Dark Souls or a Iron, not Iron Core, Armored Core. And there has been ongoing resurging rumors of a Dark Souls 3 remaster for a while now. And we did get a Dark Souls 1 like remaster, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. We got the
so
prepared,
so
well,
I
not
guess
prepared
the
attack, but yeah,
question
we did.
is like we're talking about like not whether this is real or not, but like is there value in this? Is there any point to this really? Does it need it? What could it benefit from it? Like, is this just kind of like a money grab? Is this a waste of resources, do you think? Like, genuinely, like,
I'm trying to think because at least with the Dark Souls 1 remaster, I could see it being like, because Dark Souls 2 had quote unquote a remaster with its
mm-hmm.
whole
Scholar of
Dark
the
Souls
First
2
Sin,
Scholars
right?
of the First Sin. And so then Dark Souls 1 basically got its remaster, which included all the DLC sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And the
Dark Souls
remaster of
3
Dark Souls 1,
didn't,
with Dark Souls 1 being so old, felt like valuable, right? Like,
yeah,
so I just looked
that
it up. Dark Souls 3 came out in April 12th, 2016.
that's a decade. Um and I don't know. I don't think Dark Souls 3 is in the, it's super janky that, or
No, I
so,
think it's the best of the Dark
it's still
Souls.
fine. Like it's fine. Like it's still very
Like
playable.
I'm
It's
I'm trying to
still,
think like I don't really like I love Dark Souls 3. It's my favorite one, and like and also this is someone who like loves FromSoft's games, and then from 3 I've pretty much not liked every single one after. I don't like Sekiro, and I didn't like Elden Ring at all. Like Elden Ring is bloated and overuses enemies too much to me, and I'm like, no, no, no. I'd rather go back to Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where we have like beautifully unique levels. Everything stands out when I see a new area. There's like no fucking repeat of bosses in 7 million dungeons. Like that reuse of assets to that level makes me never want to play Elden Ring. It's why I've never gotten far in it, because I'm like, I fucking hate this. I also hate that it's so goddamn big and you can go anywhere, that like it's really kind of annoying when I can't find anything in anywhere I've been to that's remotely useful for my character because how big the game is. I
yeah,
feel like these games shine in a much more linear, while there is cool shortcut porn kind of stuff, and like it loops back in and oh my god, that leads here, that's crazy. How does that work? Like we were already achieving incredible level design without being a giant open world bloated fucking game that didn't need to do that. Like Elden Ring needs to be 1/3 the size and shit, and I'd probably like it a lot more. So like it's interesting because like I really like Dark Souls 3, but I'm trying to think like any merit at all over like having a Dark Souls 3 remaster, and even as much as I love it, I can't think of any reason to do this.
Yeah, no, the only thing I can think of is whether or not they want to do either updated visuals or um do maybe updated servers. Like say think of it like um basically kind of do more or less like uh the way Elden Ring got a bit more like
Mm,
on the updated multiplayer and stuff like
possibly,
that.
right? Like, but
Like
even that
maybe
alone,
like
like,
stuff. Yeah, it still
what do we
doesn't
got?
seem
Updated
like
visuals and better server, better online play. Is
better
that really
server.
worth
I
it?
can
Like,
I the only thing I could think of is maybe if any cut content got added to Dark Souls 3. Anything of
cut
that sort
content,
could be.
like, okay, if we're talking about like the hypothetical here, we're talking updated visuals, which honestly aren't gonna feel that updated. Like, yeah, it'll look nicer, but like, it's not like the other game is super old visually, honestly, to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Better servers, helpful. If it obviously would be all the DLC that was there. If it's like
Yeah.
cut content that would equate to like a third DLC's worth, and the game is
Yeah.
like the remaster is reasonably priced, well, now we're talking about something a lot more value in my mind. If you're talking like
Yeah.
cut content that's like a serious like DLC sized of cut content, fucking okay. Now we're in business.
Yeah.
But
Now
without
we're
that, with just modernized server improvements and shit, like I just kind of don't see why you could ever expect anyone to pay for this. Of course, this is just rumors and conjectures. We don't know what they're working on, but there's been that resurgence. And honestly, if it's Dark Souls 3 remaster, regardless of whether it has like cut content that's actually a good amount of content or not, right? Even if it is, let's say it is. Let's give it the best like hand it can give. Better graphics, better server stability, and an amount of cut content that would equate to a full DLC, and it's reasonably priced and will have all the other DLC as well, right? So you're paying probably less than you paid for the actual whole game in DLC. If it comes out like that, which I think is its best case scenario if it's real, the fact that that happens and we have not gotten a fucking Bloodborne remaster when Bloodborne is older by a year is fucking absurd. And if you're going to do this, if it's a Dark Souls 3 remaster, you have to remaster Bloodborne now. Like, are you out of your. Like, I feel like you're just making the Bloodborne horde more right. You're just like you're just hurting yourself. Like it's like it is insane that Dark Souls 3 gets or even like that's the thing. We've had the Bloodborne remaster leak forever as well. Like and none of it's ever had any merit. But like yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I don't think there's a world where a Dark Souls 3 remaster can come out that I'm not immediately demanding where the fuck is Bloodborne because it needs it way more. Way more.
I'm I'm surprised that yeah, like I'm surprised it's Dark Souls 3 would be being focused on a remaster. If the designation for those
Bloodborne runs at
remasters that you're
30
talking about is
FPS,
either
man.
here's the thing though. Like I do think that Bloodborne deserves either remaster or at least be able to be available like on consoles nowadays, like updated consoles.
Yes.
But if you're talking about like the designation being either a Dark Souls 3 or an Armored Core one, I can see Armored Core maybe getting a remaster. Which one? I have no idea. I don't know which one was the most popular Armored Core at the time,
I mean, I
or
think the
which
most
one
popular is
people
the
would want.
newest one. I think it's
No,
that
no, no.
one.
It's like, but like before then, like
Oh, I have
was
no
four.
idea. I
I
don't.
mean 3. So that's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
I
I don't
played
know which
all of
one
them.
people would
Couldn't
want
tell
to.
you like they were just cool. We didn't really think about that back then. Here's another
Yeah.
thing. Let me throw
So
you a curveball because we know the only real merit is something codenamed FE, which has been used for Armored Core Dark Souls. What if we're being fed Kool-Aid and we don't realize it? What if it's not a remaster? What if it's just Dark Souls 4?
Excuse me, that
W- Wouldn't that be
I'm trying to
crazy?
think because
What if it's just
it
Dark
would
Souls?
be
Because, like,
crazy.
haha,
It,
Elden Ring is just Dark Souls 4, 5, and 6 wrapped in one, except it's not, though. Like, it's very much its own thing, and, like,
yeah,
what makes a Dark Souls good is not in Elden Ring to me. The nature of Elden Ring's openness and, like, sheer scale means that, like, the repetitiveness in Elden Ring is not a fucking thing that happens in Dark Souls. Like, that's crazy. It, like, ruined the game for me. I can never enjoy Elden Ring because of that. Um, and even people that love Elden Ring say the DLC is way better because it feels more like a Dark Souls because it gets to be more unique and stand out more interestingly because it's not having to reuse everything all the time to meet the scale. What if it's Dark Souls 4? What if it's just fucking Dark Souls 4, homie?
if it is Dark Souls 4, it's very interesting only because Duskbloods is still not out, and that's
Yes.
basically what
Yes.
Miyazaki's like
Well,
whole focus is on
Duskbloods
a thing.
is well. See, I don't think so because we know they've been working on multiple projects for a while. One of them we now know is Duskbloods. That's still not the code name FE1. And Duskbloods is still
Okay.
slated for this year release and is Nintendo exclusive, which, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't give a fuck. I never will. Like, you put this thing on, and I'm not gonna play a Souls game on your fucking Nintendo ass console. That's not happening. That's insane to me that you would even remotely ask that of me, anyone in any place in any part of the world. So, like, FE
I'm
is either Armored Core
sorry.
or
Yeah, no, I'm not
Souls,
buying it
unless they're
either.
like breaking the mold. But like, I feel like if we're doing Dark Souls here, I want a Dark Souls 4. Way more than I want to see a 3 remaster. Unless somehow FE means Bloodborne, but I doubt it. But like, of remasters, Bloodborne
No.
absolutely should come first over Dark Souls 3 every fucking day. So like, I feel
Yeah,
like
I
a
think
Dark
that
Souls 3
Bloodborne would need the
remaster is only
remaster.
gonna make me annoyed. Whereas a Dark Souls 4 gets me very excited because that's a FromSoft game I'm probably gonna like.
Yeah, no, I definitely think Bloodborne would definitely deserve the remaster much more, especially because
Mm-hmm.
again, three really doesn't need it. Three
No,
honestly
not at
does
all.
not need
Not
it.
at all.
Um,
Certainly
and if
not
it,
need it more than
and if it's
Bloodborne, you know? Like,
and if it's not a Souls game and it's an Armored Core game, then honestly, I have no idea what core game
could
that
be
they would even want
DLC for
to
Armored Core.
could
Could be
for
an
yeah
expansion
Armored Core 6,
for,
yeah, could
yeah,
be if
could
that'd
be.
be
Could
interesting.
be. It's really hard to tell. Hopefully, I hope we get, like, something this summer. Anything. We'll see.
I think
Uh,
we'll see something. If not, we'll definitely see either Tokyo Game Show or
Yeah, I
at
think
the Game
we'll
Awards
get some kind of at
or at
least a name to put to it, a
GDC.
thing confirmed, if not mid-year, late year. The
Yeah, we'll
rumors have
see.
been circulating enough that I think that like they're at least gonna announce what it is. I think late this year at least. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
Gamescom. There we go. That's the other thing
Gamescom.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of. Like, yeah,
yeah.
it's either gonna be like Summer Games Fest, Tokyo Game Show,
Mm-hmm,
Gamescom, or
mm-hmm.
Game Awards because those are definitely the highly anticipated events where almost
Alrighty.
announcements are always done. So,
With
I
that,
if you.
that
Mhm.
is essentially our show, aside from pitching the wish list. And new segment has no real name other than like bring
I
something
can
like
almost call
that
it the
with enough.
roadmap.
What's up?
I
What
can
did
almost call it like the roadmap segment. Like
the
it's
roadmap
you know how
segment?
you
Because
know
we're
how
talking
in
about
early
like a
access games they do
hypothetical.
roadmaps.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I like it. The roadmap. Putting it in. The roadmap. There you go. That's good. I wasn't sure what to call it because I was like the core focus is like something that's constantly popping up leaks and rumors that seems credible enough that could be real. Let's talk about like the what ifs of it, essentially.
Hmm.
Subject to change, basically.
Yeah, and
But
roadmaps are always subject to change.
oh
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
always
That works out
you know.
great. That works out great. So yeah. Pitch the wish list as we wrap up here. What do you got for me?
I had to put it on because I saw it at the state of play
Mm-hmm.
and I had to put it
Mm-hmm.
the John
Mm-hmm.
Wick game.
Oh, the John Wick game we know nothing about.
Nothing
Yeah.
about
Other than they're
which
like, it
I
kind of looks like John Wick.
it's John Wick. It's just I feel bad because the game I mentioned it I think the last time Blackwood
Mm-hmm.
was basically what the the what's called the non John Wick game
Yeah, yeah,
because
I remember that.
So I just felt bad because I saw that and I was like, okay, if we're not gonna get a John Wick game, then this is the closest thing, and it looks pretty good. Like it looks like if you were playing as a John Wick, but it's not John Wick. And then literally, State of Play came out with, oh, here's the untitled John Wick game. Never
Um,
mind.
yeah. That was pretty funny.
So,
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Where do I want to go with this? I want to put on Under the Island. Have you heard of this?
no.
Under the Island. It's on Steam. I believe it's out now. Yeah, it came out on the 1st of this month. It is like a little like pixel cutesy old school art style RPG. And I think it's really cute looking. And essentially, I'm just gonna read off the Steam page. Uncover a sinking mystery. Step into the role of Nia, a newcomer to Seashell Island, and join forces with local girl Avocado, incredible name, to investigate an ominous fate. The island's destined to sink beneath the ocean. Explore colorful regions, battle strange creatures, and uncover the ancient mysteries that could threaten your new home. Classic top-down adventure, very much kind of giving like
Oh yeah, Link it to the Past.
it looks really cute. It looks interesting. I love that she beats things up with a hockey stick. Um, and all these little characters and cutesy sprites and stuff. So this caught my eye, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fun. I wanna check this out at some point." So yeah. By the way, shout out to the developer's incredible name, Slime King Games. This is a great name for a developer.
Jeez.
Slime King Games. Hell yeah! And
Oh, that's
that
my top half.
is a wish list pitched, and that is a podcast done. And that's it. We will see you
Podcast
in
complete.
March
February done
when Vaughn will
with
talk to us
us.
all about Resident Evil, and I will talk a lot about Marathon, and that'll probably be the entire show, and
I,
you'll just have to deal with that.
it's gonna be Marathon, Resident Evil. If I get to it, Romeo's a Dead Man and Creasol. Like it's gonna be a lot, guys. It's
It's gonna
it's
be
it's gonna be
Marathon
a
and
lot.
Ghost of Yotei Legends for sure, and anything else I can get around to for sure. They
Yeah,
gave out Neva for free
it's
on
gonna be a big
PlayStation
one.
Plus, so I'm gonna try and get my hands down on that
Mm.
and start playing it because it looks really cool. Alrighty, that's a show. We'll see you all
Right.
later. See you next month.
See you next month.